That's why we can't have nice things.
Right, we are live. Evening, John. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Nope, I don't believe you. We're not live.
Dare me. I was scared to say it.
All right,
Say
I'll
the
start
word.
taking all my clothes off now since we're not live. No.
Say the word you can't come back from on telly.
I mean, I can, but I don't think we want to get demonetized that quick. No. Flagged.
I've already had some risque streams that I've had to make unpublic. Let's just say
We've already had a whole ass almost nude person
oh, that's
on
fun.
one of my streams.
That's fun.
Thanks to Kong. So
good.
a whole ass
Yeah.
full frontal naked transgender
Oh
person.
yes, yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a very, very good one.
Oh, there we go. Put that back in now.
Where's your tunic, sir?
It is right there. I'm going to open a window in a minute so I can actually wear it comfortably.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to allow it unless you're going to put on a gas cape and run around like a weirdo.
Oh, God, that fucking game, honestly.
You got to put on a gas cape and run around.
Like, the missions with, like, the tank are okay, but, yeah, I don't know. Like, the Italian ones are interesting.
Yeah.
But even then, it's just, like, it's a bit overboard.
Yeah, it is a bit overboard.
I know it's meant to be, but... And, I don't know. Thing is, I don't have as much problem with that as I do with COD Vanguard, which can go fuck itself as far as I'm concerned.
The best, most historically accurate missions were the desert ones.
Well,
but like
yeah.
they're all terrible. But like at least they got the huge open desert and a bunch of Ululus fighting the Ottomans.
Oh, sorry. You meant
Yeah.
Battlefield 1. I was on about Vanguard, which is
Yeah.
I thought you meant not the no. The
Call of Duty's never once been historically accurate.
Yeah. Like the Lawrence of Arabia ones in Battlefield 1 are quite good, but in Call of Duty Vanguard, the flipping North African ones are, oh my god, just dreadful. Just absolutely dreadful. Like the fact of like you've got a this commanding officer of a tank troop or whoever he bloody is wearing Slade Wallace equipment. Fuck knows why.
Because he's a fancy general. He wants it.
Yeah, swearing stuff that went out of date.
He wants to stand out.
Went out of date 60 years prior. Like it's crazy.
He's old, okay?
But he's younger than the equipment.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's that's dangerous. that's just being stupid.
Yeah,
but yeah, and like the number 4 Mark 1s that only have 5 rounds and that random grenade launcher thing at the end of the mission. Yeah, COD Vanguard is god awful.
Number 4's hold 10.
I know.
I have them. Yeah.
And like you're fighting the Japanese, and you're coming across Sturmgewehrs and weird rotary German shotguns, and God knows what else.
Okay, you never know you don't know what the Japanese had. They were able to make tons of bullshit.
Turns
out the Japanese invented the Sturmgewehr first.
It's just absolutely horse crap. Hi Joe, how you doing? Well, mate.
It's a good forte to get people into history, though.
I'd say yeah, but then at the same time,
it's a lot of correction you have to do.
It gives people a sort of warped view and completely just ridiculous, because there's things that give people a good thing to like certain movies, like maybe like 1917. It's not perfect, but it's actually probably a better thing. And the same with like the newer ones of like All Quiet on the Western Front, the newer one, and they're not perfect and they're not really great on what they focus on with the in relation to the novel, but they're a good stepping stone. Unlike say Vanguard, which you like, I don't
It's
even
just
know.
taking vaguely World War II stuff and smashing it all
Oh
together.
yeah, yeah, like stuff that's even like not even the correct year, like troops that would never want on certain place when they were like it's just a nightmare. And again, like Call of Duty Vanguard does that whole thing with the Australians again, like Battlefield 1 did, with wearing the weird blue like wool shirts in the desert. I'm just like, they'd be wearing KDs, as
Yeah,
was everyone else. It's fucking
because
hot.
that's
It's
what it was designed for. Yeah,
like it's frigging Egypt. Like people tend to forget, like it's meant to be the plains of Egypt, and it looks like the mountains and mountain ranges of Tunisia, like in those
yeah.
missions in Vanguard. I'm like, where is this like abandoned like temple ruin in the middle of the mountains? Like where is this near Egypt? Like,
You
well,
just said
near
it. It's in
El
Tunisia. It's
Alamein.
only like 1,000 miles away.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, no, the Japanese do have some cool gear, Joe, but like we're in relation to Vanguard, it's oh my god, like, like weird Soviet, well, actually no, weird Italian self-loading rifles in the middle of the jungle against the Japanese. It's like, yeah, this is taking a bit of a leap.
That's true. But the Japanese did have weird Italian rifles.
Yeah,
They did actually.
yeah,
Like for reals. They actually like bought them.
yeah.
So like the Japanese Special Naval Landing Force, they literally made Carcanos. Japan made Carcanos. They put them in like Arasaka stocks
Mm.
and they took Arasaka stripper clips rather than like the end blocks, but it
Okay,
wasn't
yeah,
Carcano. They literally
yeah.
bought Carcanos and just made them Japanese.
Yeah, it's just like things that exactly that things can be done where it is correct, but they just go out the freaking window. And then like weird what they bloody called Volkssturmgewehrs like turning up in like 1941 in the or like in 1942 in the desert. And they're fully automatic when they weren't like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean it was like the same way in Battlefield 5 where the
Mm,
first starting gun was the Volkssturmgewehr.
yeah, I don't know. I
And
don't know.
you're in like Norway in 1940 and you have one of
Yeah,
those. Yeah.
like
Like,
yeah, and it wasn't perfect. Like Battlefield 5 can go up itself as well, but yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. It like think what I don't get though, like the older games, like the one that came out on the PC, like in the early mid 2000s, was way more accurate than this bloody thing is. It just
Yeah,
makes no
because it's
sense.
cash grab now.
Yeah, it's just
And it's because EA owns them.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
The thing is, like
Everything
EA,
EA
EA,
buys falls apart
EA
except for
used to make
FIFA.
Medal of Honor, and that
Huh?
used to be really good. So
Yeah, but now
yeah,
it's all a cash grab.
yeah, exactly,
The whole
exactly.
thing, it's cash grab.
Right, I'm gonna open this window so I can actually get some fucking air in here.
Yeah, that way more fruit flies can get in.
Well, they're more. They're more coming from inside than outside, really. But whatever. Let's get this on then, shall we?
I already got my tunic on. We're all set. And I got all. You can't see them back there, but I got all my gurns.
I got me there. Not touching it, YouTube, just to say.
That's all right.
I pointed towards it.
I even got my fancy economy bayonet out. My M95 economy bayonet, which is 2 pieces of metal. So, and I have my M95s, which I have a beautiful pre-made one, and then I have a really shitty end of the war made one. And then, of course, it wouldn't be the thing without if I didn't put the Wurndl there, because
Evening, Zach. Hope you well.
it was used. Unfortunately, the Wurndl was still being used.
Let me get some. There you go.
Only because they sold all the 1886s to fucking South America and Thailand.
There we go.
There you go. Good. All right. Do me a favor. Turn your collar up.
No, It's
No.
sewn
Do me a
down.
favor. Turn your collar up. It's part of the
It's sewn
uniform.
down.
I need to see that you don't have any contraband, sir, under your collar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing there. I promise. Not undoing the stitching again.
I get it.
But no, hi guys. Hope you're all well. Obviously we're a little bit delayed getting going live, but all still good. Christ, we're 60 minutes in already. Just to say welcome and welcome to this WW1 stream.
That's right.
As you can see, me and Devon are wearing the top of the range night out wear for Night on the Town in Quebec. So I don't know what Devon said of that, i.e., don't go to fucking Quebec.
Don't go to Quebec unless you really want to go to all the fun gay places. There's a lot of fun gay places in Quebec, but everywhere else is.
Hope you're doing well, John, though. Hope you're doing well, Zach, Joe, etc. Everyone else.
They're all doing good. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be?
I will say to the chat, if you do want to join the live, it will have to be in World War One gear. Otherwise, no bueno.
Oh, come on now. I see how it is. I get it.
It's a special club. Unless you're uncomfortable and sitting in wool, then no.
Hey, if you're uncomfortable sitting in wool, these are the wrong streams for you.
True. All right then. If you're comfortable sitting in wool, let's just say that then.
I'm very comfortable in my wool. Nothing makes me more comfortable than wanting to claw my skin off.
Well, it depends though. It depends. So
right. No, I washed all these with conditioner, so they're actually super nice.
Yeah. Thing is, I've worn this so many times, and the same with with my actual battle dress as well. It doesn't bother me at all anymore. It doesn't bother me at all.
You matted it all down with your hair oils. That's how you put your skin oils and everything. They mat it all down on the inside, and then it's nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the only way to do it. You got to get out and sweat in it and get a little dirty.
Yeah.
But then it smells.
Yeah.
Have you ever been at like a multiple day long event and by the end of it, everybody just smells like a wet dog?
Yeah. And I think the worst one was I did a like a tactical thing over like a weekend, and we got there the night before, dug in, and then the day was like baking hot, and then a storm came that evening around about 11 o'clock, and it was just torrential for like, I don't know, about 9 hours. Thunder, lightning. I spent the night in a car with
what?
You
didn't sleep in the trench?
Well, we did the night before, but the thing is, the trenches ended up being like baths because it rained so much, and we were down where we had been pushed back out of our original positions, where we dug in again during the day. We were basically below the water table, so they were already wet. And then when the rain started, and the thing is, the bottom sole of my SV boot came off as well. So I was like, fuck this. I have the option to go fuck this and sat in the car.
A couple of them that I went to, I slept in chest high water sitting in the trench. So
no, I've done worse, and I've thinking through worse, but that night I was just like, I'm not feeling great anyway. I had been baking hot all day, and I was like, yeah, my kit's falling apart, and if I stay any longer, I'm going to be wearing nothing because it's just falling apart. So I was like, fuck, screw this.
Yep, I slept in. I just took my helmet and I went ka-chunk and just slept in chest high water all night in my stuff.
Trench foot.
In my stuff.
Yeah.
As long as you.
I would take them off, John, but then I can't frigging see. That's the problem. I need to be able to read what I've got there. If I'm just doing
have very correct glasses, I do agree. My glasses, on the other hand, are very correct.
Thing is, I do have like a pair of like spectacles that you wear under like a gas mask from the Second World War, which would probably be quite good for this. But it's about getting the right prescription because mine, they probably stop a 9mm.
They're pretty thick.
Yeah, they're thick.
Pretty dense.
Thick with 2 C's.
There you go. And he's got his boots on and everything. I don't because I'm not pulling the carpet up, but I have them here in spirit. I got my original putties and then Just a flex. I've got an original 1915 pair of
They're
boots that
nice.
aren't
They're
issued yet.
nice.
So.
They're very, very nice. I will hope to get like another pair of well, I've got a pair of B5s I'm wearing at the moment, but I want to get a pair of B2s eventually.
Yeah, so that way they can come apart easier because there's no rivet in them.
Oh, okay. Oh, bloody hell. Danny's chat not coming up again, is it?
Well,
Oh,
it
here we
sounds
go.
like a Danny problem because we're reading it just fine.
Yeah, no, he had a problem last chat. His stuff wasn't coming up.
Just hit Control F3.
And that might work. Yeah.
I mean, I probably wouldn't, but it's because it's either Control F3 or Control F11 shuts your computer down.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Let's try it now.
Yeah. So I probably wouldn't if I was you.
So, kids, today we're gonna learn.
I've definitely convinced some people to do that, and then they go away, and it's like, haha.
Oh dear.
All right, Jake. How many live smellies? Go.
Oh, what you have or I have?
I mean, I'd let you borrow mine if you needed them.
I'll definitely. I think if I do come over to the States in the next few years or whatever, absolutely.
You can by all means borrow them if you can carry them all at once.
Oh, look at that picture of that like American who's got like fucking what 3 or 4 MP fucking 40s and all the MG42s over his shoulder.
There's been a time where I've definitely had like just like this. I have like, all right, just keep keeping them on. I have like a bunch of smellies just walking down the hallway.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Have to. Yeah, I got that many now. It's a thing. Unfortunately, it's a thing. I don't make the rules, but I do like the smelly, even though it is a horrendous rifle.
You take that back. You hurt its feelings.
Like, that's fine. I can hurt all their feelings they want. If they were a better rifle, I might be concerned about it, but they got some problems. But it's mostly, it's like every other gun, it's the ammo.
Yeah, exactly. Like you still have 1 round of?
No, I found some more. It was pricey, but
yeah. Oh, that's good at least.
Found a couple boxes, which is enough for a box is good for 2 mags. Yep.
Yeah.
So I found a couple boxes. I think I got 4 mags worth, which is fantastic because I have a lot of magazines for my SMLEs as well. More magazines than I have SMLEs actually. Because there's a couple people that are just like, I've got magazines that are just. So somebody out there has a bunch of SMLEs with no magazines because I have all the magazines. Apparently,
you could do that like cool, like originally envisaged quick mag change SMLE kind of loadout.
Yeah. Oh, there's been times where I've done it before, like out hunting. I've definitely been like, haha.
We should do like you should attach all of them to chains onto one rifle, like the old MLE.
Yeah, just have like 10 fucking SMLE magazines hanging off the gun.
Just clunking, just swinging through the woods like a fucking clock.
Bullets are falling out of the magazines. Just, oh, god damn it.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I have done that because it was a lot easier. I'm like, I know I have a whole second mag, so I shot like 4 shots out of my magazine. I'm like, well, I'll just take the second one tomorrow. So I just took the whole mag out and I just popped in the whole new one. I was like, all right, here we go. So, or normally I'm just carrying chargers out into the woods.
That's fair. I'm sure we have some of that 303 in wholesome. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, John. Probably all over fucking Ireland, in some form or another, and like someone's cache, in someone's basement, in a hole,
in some graves.
Yeah, in a small cellar next to an RUC constabulary unit.
It's fine. It's fine. Ireland just didn't want to be one big happy United Kingdom. It's fine. That's all right. They wouldn't have put him on the flag, just like they won't put the Welsh dragon on the flag either.
We got Northern Ireland on the flag.
Yeah, but it's not even the best part of Ireland.
Oh dear. Yeah. So any questions in the comments, guys? Obviously, trying to keep it sort of World War One related, but we can probably vaguely think out from that a bit. But trying to keep it on topic for this stream for once makes a change. We'll make a change anyway. So
yeah. How many Hellwergel submachine guns were used in World War One, Jake Brown?
how? Is that the Italian thing? I'm trying to or the Austrian.
No, it's not. It's not Italian.
Austrian?
So imagine you take a Schwarzlose machine gun.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right, so take that big thing. Okay.
Yeah.
You shrink it down.
Yeah.
And you make it shoot 9mm pistol bullets.
Oh, is this that weird?
It's a submachine gun. It's a water-cooled submachine gun.
Yeah,
It's
no.
all it is.
They're only in photos. Yeah, they're only in photos, like with that weird belt drum thing, which wasn't attached to the weapon. Like, yeah,
It's
like the most. Literally looks like the frigging that assault rifle thing from Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's based off the Lewis gun.
Yeah, it's like a weird Lewis gun water cooled thing, but it's a bit like
it's literally just a Schwarzlose shrunk down to 9x23mm Steyr.
Yeah,
and there was exactly 0 of them used.
Yeah.
All right, next question: how many Thompsons were used in World War One?
They weren't.
That's right, because it didn't come out until 1919.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking. This is a trap.
You're smart though. Those are some hard ones because a lot of people think so. But
in thing to your conversation with Mike yesterday, how many trench shotguns were used?
Probably like 9.
Yeah,
the whole war.
Like. Oh, dear.
And 8 of those were probably used to hunt bullshit in the French woods behind the lines, not like actually kill anybody.
Or to guard some like poor Bavarian prisoner.
Yeah. But it was like they had shotguns. Americans have had shotguns for forever. They're Remington, like I really want one actually, a Remington model 1886. Single shot shotgun. And it's because America had like 4 cities at the time.
Yeah.
And the rest of it was just country bullshit. So they had like militaries out still like in the West that had like Indian problems and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And they would have to like forage for food. So like your camp cook would like take the single shot shotgun out into the fucking prairie and like murder an ass load of rabbits and whatever else moved and come back and make food for everyone. So as like a dietary supplement. So like since like the 1880s, there has been shotguns in use, and there is like reports of them from like the Indian Wars being used against people on horseback. If you wing a guy with a bunch of birdshot on a horse,
he meeting his maker and the ground.
Right. Well, he might not meet his maker, but I'll tell you what, he's not on that fucking horse anymore, and he's probably not being too fighty. So
and the horses might be blind from the like stray birdshot that's gone to his eye.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's like, and it was quicker to reload than the fucking why can't I think of it now? The Springfield, the single shot Springfield trapdoor. So
John, fuck you.
You know, you might have maybe. You know, if they really did have other shit to do, though, Ireland would be part of the UK. Ireland got really lucky. Britain had other shit to do at the time, like India.
and a world war we were still fighting when you had your little Easter Rising.
That's true. That's true.
No. Cheers, David. No, I've tried tethering it a bit here, there, and there, and replacing a few bits here and there. So
mine was just tailored, so I don't need to do that. Straight up tailored.
This is sort of set up for like the early war period, so 14, 15, roughly, as it is set now. But it can venture out later. That's why I got the MG qualification on there.
He's a machine gunner.
Obviously, that's prior to the formation of the machine gun corps in 15, so mid 15 anyway. So yeah, now you just look like you're about to take Wake Island.
Yeah, could have been. This is the basis for a ton of different field hats, though.
I'm not surprised.
So the Austrian 1909, you know where the Germans got the cool M36 field cap design from?
Yeah.
Right here, baby.
Absolutely.
You know where the Swiss got theirs from? Right here, baby. Where the Finns got theirs from? Mm-hmm. You guessed it. The French, the Japanese, pretty much everybody. This is
no. They got it from the Dutch.
This is the genesis of the convertible field cap right here. Then the rest of you's cold, and your breath is now just freezing your nose and your neck because you just
And any like goggles you're wearing to keep the thing from your eyes is now steaming up.
Yeah. How dare you try to be blind?
To mention yeah, I know, John. I know.
Hey, those were the divisions that were specifically in paperwork set up to be not full people, right?
Oh dear, we fucking go.
What? That specific. Those are the cannon fodder regiments, right?
Especially on the Somme, yeah.
See, that's how it always seems to go. It's under the guise of, we really do care about you now. Run at those machine guns. Also, I'm gonna need some of that stuff back before you go.
Yeah, give me a second.
The good old 1909 Bergmutz. Because I have a mountain trooper uniform on. It's with the dark green collar facets are. Gots to have it. But the hat's really nice. I'm actually very, very impressed with how comfortable it is. It's even a good hat to sleep in. Everyone was at the Somme. Not the Austrians or the Italians. Just saying. They were busy doing their own thing. Busy doing their own thing. That's for sure. I really wish I had a damn cigarette, but I don't. I don't got a damn cigarette. They did their own killing 12 times in the same place. At least the Somme was a lot of people dying in one place at one time, whereas the Austrians and the Italians are like, all right, we're gonna square up in the same place 12 fucking times. And yeah.
Yeah. No, the Somme is fascinating because, like, I think quite a few German officers after the battle, etc., called it the graveyard of the German army, and it was because, like, Verdun was bad for the Germans, but the Somme really pulled a lot of them in, like a lot.
Yeah, it needed to. It was the biggest battle, so
one of them anyway. One of them.
True.
Yeah, like it's insane, but like yes, it was 60,000 casualties on the first day, 20,000 dead or so. But you look at the actual development and the British Army during the First World War was formed at the Somme. It really, really was. From what it learned and what it would put into practice in 1917, 1918. And I will put it to, like, the British and Commonwealth forces were the army that won the war at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They were the ones who had the most gains and were the ones that pushed forward and were actually able to do the job in the 100-day campaign at the end of the war. Like the Americans weren't there in the numbers, and it was the British and Commonwealth Force that did it at the end of the day. So
they had the largest empire to draw from and the most resources at the time. So out of anybody,
and they'd perfected all arms warfare by 1918 to perfection. Like, yes, they were pushed back in the spring offensive, but once that spring offensive had come to an end, it was literally if the war had gone on for a couple more months, we would have been in Berlin.
Easily. Germany's last chance to win was when they had all the people coming from the Eastern Front. And they pushed Operation Michael really hard. That was their last chance to win, but it was just a death throw. The whole operation was just a death throw to try to get a better bargaining chip at the negotiating table.
And exactly what they did in 1944-45 with the Ardennes offensive. Like, it was just a last gasp that was not going to work. This weird push to the sea, trying to separate the armies, or push, like with the Germans in World War II pushing towards Antwerp, and the Germans in World War pushing towards the coast and the Channel ports. It's not going to work.
It's just really a bargaining chip to get a better bargaining thing at the end of the war. It's all it was. It's a death throw.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds again. Sorry.
All right. Gotta has that artillery. I do have a couple big ass pipes, but like I normally do somebody that's kind of from a poorer region. So, but I do have one of those cool big fancy, like meerschaum pipes. So. I haven't seen it yet, actually, because I've been working quite a lot. I was supposed to have a week of vacation, and some other stuff because I work for the government, and we lost somebody on our team, so I've been stepping up a lot to make up for that, and the fact that a lot of people are very espresso depresso right now.
Answer to your question, John. It's okay. It's a good World War I film. It's not a good All Quiet on the Western Front film.
Did they at least get all the like uniforms and everything right?
Yeah, like from what I could tell, honestly, like visually, cinematography, etc., brilliant, really, really, really well done. Some of the bits they do take some licenses with, like the random, like why are there so many French soldiers with flamethrowers at one point? Okay. And those
and the love fire. Have you seen them cook?
and the Centremont tanks weren't really used like that, and by that point in the war, weren't really being used at all because they were a bit crap. But apart from that, it's a good World War I film. In relation, like the only bit I remember from the book that is similar to the book is the bit with the Frenchman in the shell hole, and then the bit at the start where he's like joining up, even though that's in 1917 in the movie, yet it should be 1914. It's a bit weird, but as a film in itself, if it didn't have the All Quiet on the Western Front thing, it would be a good World War I German film.
If it was just generic World War I German film,
it would have been a good like that. Yeah, but there's one that's coming out. I think it was today. Actually, it might have been today. It might have been yesterday or today. It's a film called Narvik, which has come out on Netflix.
Yeah, I remember that. Except it probably isn't going to come out like on American Netflix.
Well, I'll have a look anyway. But it's worth having a look. And because I saw it advertised, and I was like, okay, I'll have a look. It looks interesting, and it's all in Norwegian.
He said it's pretty good. So.
Okay, that's good.
Which from him is a pretty glowing recommendation.
Yeah. The Forgotten Battle was shite in my view. Like
we all know the best World War I film ever made. I do have Narvik.
Yay!
I have so much shit to do. I have so much shit I need to sit down and like watch.
The new one's pretty good. Still like the 79. Yeah, the 79 version's okay. The best version is the one made in the 30s.
It is. The best one is the one made in the 30s, even though it's like really cheesy for that time.
The Blue Max, it's all right. I would say the Trench is quite good. It sort of goes into sort of more psychological side of it. And also just trying to think now. There's a few, but they're not overly well known. 1917's okay.
It is okay. I would say it is just okay.
Yeah. Some of the bits they get quite good. Some of the little details are really, really well done.
I do like how he only shoots 10 rounds the whole movie, and that is exactly the amount it holds.
Yeah.
So,
but what I like in that on note of that, like what I like is before they go over to the German trench, they load 5 rounds. I'm like, that's good because they would have had 5 rounds loaded in the line. That's a nice little bit there, which is quite which is quite good. And other little bits like that. And I like the mix of like the main characters wearing 08 and the other characters wearing like 14 pattern. That's nice.
I when they open up to that, I was like, oh, somebody did the 1914 stuff. Because that's the only one I don't own yet from the whole Commonwealth side of World War I is the 1914 set.
Michael Collins actually is actually quite a good film. There's some bits that are wrong with it, but in general it's quite good. And that sort of sense. I'm trying to think of some other World War I films. I think is it Resurrection? I'm trying to think, is it Resurrection? I think it's a World War I film. I watched The War Below recently. That's okay. It is a bit like university theatre group script kind of thing, but you know, apart from that, it's actually not that bad. Beneath Hill 60, I thought was a lot better for the whole mining stuff. Bird Song, very good. And also, trying to remember what it's probably called. It came out a couple of years ago, and it's that's going to annoy me now. What are your views on the film Passchendaele?
Oh, god damn it. God damn it. That guy's only made 2 movies about Canada, and they both suck. Fucking Paul Gross is a horrendous director. His story writing skills are awful.
What do you like about it, if there is anything?
When the credits roll.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you get past how cheesy and dumb and stupid the storyline is, it's okay. But it's only okay at best if you forget about the terrible story writing and you're just watching it as like a romanticized thing, you know, because that's what the whole storyline is. It's basically a love novel to Canadian World War I.
Yeah,
like literally.
I think some of the battle scenes in Newton are quite good. Even if the bit at the start is a bit weird. How the hell he was able to put that much force into putting that bayonet through that boy's head, I don't know.
Get that adrenaline in you.
Like that close range though, he was like that far away.
Yeah, you're not getting that much force to go. Yeah,
like you're giving him a hell of a headache, but not putting it through his skull.
Yeah.
But oh well. But apart from that, it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind
as far as like the uniforms go and stuff. Like, they never put a Canadian uniform in that whole movie.
Yeah.
They're all British uniforms. It's dumb.
Yeah.
So,
but as you know, like with your review you did of like the battle dress like a few weeks ago, it's finding that out there really, and it's how much is a production willing to pay to get stuff custom made?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But like they had access to all that stuff.
Yeah.
The Canadian War Museum has all the stuff. They could have had it made. You know, they could have done it. But like, and the problem with the pattern 39 battle dress I have is really just replacing the buttons.
Yeah. I think it could be a little bit darker, but it's not.
There was so many variances though.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
The 39 was never as consistent as the 49 pattern was.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways they cut panels. and made them. I've
Yeah.
seen so many 39 pattern battle dress stuff made with different
Yeah.
panels and different stitch lines because it's just however
I
they
think
made them.
actually what would be good, get some Greek stuff and get that converted.
Yeah. Well, I
I think
have whole pattern 49 uniforms that I could
yeah,
just get
yeah.
converted.
Yeah, I think, but then again, as you said on the video, you don't want to start thing that up because obviously it's getting more scarce and that's original stuff. With the
Yeah.
Greek stuff, it's you can find it for love nor money.
Yeah, not here is the problem.
Yeah, well, I can find it easily over here, and I can get it for like less than a tenner a go. So if you want
Well,
anything,
also,
I
I'd
can.
rather just take that repro, fix it, and then I could beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's true. It's
That's
true.
kind of my other thing. I'm not
Mm,
ruining anything then by
mm.
beating the shit out of that.
That's true. But then again, you could have that as like as sort of your wearable one, and then you could have the Greek one tailored and made up to like a proper, like almost like walking out kind of thing. It depends what you want, really.
Yeah.
Or one that will stay on the mannequin or whatever. That will be it's more of like a museum kind of piece. You're right.
So I can get original 39 battle dress, just not in my size.
Yeah, and you're talking a couple $100s. Yeah.
Yeah, they're so hard to find because they shipped them all off.
Yeah.
After the 49 pattern came out, they shipped them
Yeah.
all off to most of them went to Denmark. A lot of the Canadian battle dress went to Denmark. So
Yeah. Oh, Danny just messaged me saying The Light Horseman. That is an amazing film. I love that film.
yeah, but it's got those Australians in it. Nobody likes them.
Honestly, though, it is a great film. And yeah, like if it was a toss up between The Light Horseman and Gallipoli, I'd go Light Horseman just because it's much more interesting and I think a lot better done. I do like Gallipoli.
But
Don't
is
get me
there
wrong.
anybody that's wearing a blue wool shirt with a
Well-
rain cape in it?
No, thankfully not. No.
Damn
they're
it.
actually, they're actually like doing what they did to what the guys did to their uniforms in Gallipoli, especially later on in the campaign, i.e., cutting off the sleeves and things like that. Or they're wearing like the white undershirts, or they're wearing like the actual correct blue collarless greybacks. Like they're wearing the correct thing, and it's really really well done. So I do like that. I do actually like. I know it's more like 80s techno kind of thing, but I do like the music in Gallipoli.
The music to Gallipoli, the 80s techno.
Yeah.
I want to have a disco rave. Come on now. That's exactly what I want in World War I.
It's I think the word for it is called Moog. It's like the type of music it is. It's MOOG. It's really I came across it on Spotify. I was like, what? The actual
What
name
are we
of it
doing
anyway.
here?
So yeah, Mauser parade bayonet I have like dummy. Oh, fair enough.
Oh, that is true. Joe brought up something true. Most bayonets are not sharp. They're pointy. They're stabbing. They're not meant to cut. They're meant to stab. And if you sharpen your bayonets to like a razor, that's just an excuse for your own soldiers to do what their own soldiers do best, which is be dumb as fuck and hurt themselves or somebody else.
Yeah.
So last thing you need is a 1907 bayonet that is razor sharp because you know somebody's going to fuck around or their rifle's going to fall over, and next thing you know, somebody doesn't have fingers.
Yeah. As Danny just mentioned again, yeah, Light Horseman, Palestine and Beersheba, yeah, it's really really well done. I really like it. And then sort of the most grandest one of all, you got Lawrence of Arabia.
There you go. I actually really like Lawrence of Arabia.
It's beautifully done, even if it is like 4 hours long.
It's a very very long. It is definitely a slog to get through, but it's a good because like. The thing about like as a war movie historian, I was also a theater kid and stuff, you know. So like I can appreciate a movie. Why I watch a movie like 5-6 times back to back.
Yeah,
it's because you pick up on different stuff every time you watch it. And the first time I watch it, I like to sit down to somebody that's like, okay, I'm not a historian.
Yeah,
I'm just taking the acting side of me that can appreciate what the actors are doing, how the storyline is, you know, stuff like that. And then after that, I go through and I watch it as a historian, and I usually like it a lot less as a historian than as a theater kid. There's very few movies that are better historically than they are theater-wise.
Yeah.
And Passchendaele's one of those where it's like it's a better historical movie than it is as an actual like theater performance because it's so terrible. But
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But no, I think with Lawrence of Arabia though, it is long, but it doesn't feel like it is. because Peter O'Toole's performance is just amazing.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's just and Alec Guinness's brown face. But you know, it was the 60s, 70s. Who cares?
That's
Um,
pretty common, yeah. We're not
um,
gonna have actual people do it. They're heathens.
but no, it's so well done. It's brilliant.
It is. It's a really good movie, and they come in afterwards into the club. I would like 2 glasses of lemonade.
Oh, I
It's one
love
of
that.
my favorite scenes in the movie. He
And,
just
and
does not
honestly,
give
and
a
honestly, at
fuck.
that every time at that point, I'm just like, I want some lemonade now. I
Yeah,
want some lemonade
same.
because it looks so good.
It
It,
does
it
because
it's
you
like
like get hot watching the whole movie.
it's like the scene at the end of Ice Cold and Alex. Have you heard of that film or seen that film?
Yeah.
Where the Heineken is getting poured, and I'm just like,
I could really use a beer right now.
and he,
Yeah.
and he runs his finger down the condensation of the glass. I'm like, oh, stop it, John Mills, stop it. I'm getting very thirsty.
But yeah, I just love it. He just walks past everyone. I don't give a fuck. I'd like 2 glasses of lemonade, and everyone's like, "What's going on?" The whole officer corps is like freaking out.
and a room with a bed for him. It's like,
Yep.
oh
So
dear, no, it's brilliantly done.
it is such a good movie.
Thanks so much again. Yeah, Lawrence of Arabia, a film with a built-in pee break. Yeah, because it had a friggin' interval because it was so long.
I mean,
Oh,
to be fair, shorter movies also had an interval. Look at Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That's the best part of the movie. They got
true.
the fancy twangy music.
But that was comedy. That was for comedy effect, not for literal.
It was for comedic relief, but you
Yeah,
can use it as a bathroom break.
everyone go to the bar or go get an ice cream.
Yep. And mind your moose bites.
Yeah, the man with the chalk ices is coming around in 5 minutes.
I wish.
But I'm trying to think of some more now. Oh, that's going to annoy me.
There's a lot of them out there.
There's quite a few. There's the Turkish made like Kanakale. I'm trying to think I'm saying it right about Gallipoli, which is kind of good.
The
There's like
Ottoman view of it.
yeah, and it's actually really well done. There's also like the Anzac series, which was done in like the 80s, I think it was.
Yeah,
That's
but once
quite
again, that's the Australians. Nobody cares about them.
good. That was quite good.
Dude, any country that loses a war to birds, I'm not interested in. Like you literally have artillery pieces and like armored cars and like machine guns and stuff, and you lost a war to birds.
Is it Carlsberg, John? I kept thinking it was Heineken. Maybe it is Carlsberg. I don't know. Even so, it looks amazing. Like because they reshot that scene multiple times because they were trying different things other than actual beer for the scene, and they realized no, beer actually is the only one that works. And then they reshot that a couple times. So that was like, I think John Mills' like third or fourth pint by that
Why
point,
did
which
they
he
not
downed.
want to use actual beer?
Well, it's because they were like, oh, well, we can't really have it. We can't really have alcohol and all that. And you know how like films that replace like alcohol or wine, whatever, with like fruit juice or some shit like that.
Yeah, so the actors don't get absolutely tanked, but like
Yeah, and no, they ended up just
dump it
using
out. Here's the thing.
yeah,
When he
and then
drinks it, you can have something else.
yeah, but
But when
then
you're
they
pouring
actually
it, just have actual beer.
but then they just ended up using like actual like beer and or lager even, and that scene I think they did it like 4 or 5 times when he's downing like a whole pint.
Wow.
So yeah.
I bet he really had to piss by like the end of the day.
Oh, I'm just like that's probably the best day at work.
Dude, if I could drink at work, you know how awesome. I mean, that'd probably be really bad for one. But
And
like,
I'm just thinking in John Mills' head, I'm thinking, oh no, I didn't get that one right. Can we do it again? Can we do it again?
Man, if I could drink at work, fuck would I have such a good time? I'd have a more fun time. I shouldn't say good time. I would have a more fun time. But
he had to, yeah. John Mills took several takes. He had to have a lay down afterwards. You can see the other actors. Yeah. 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 In that scene, all the other actors along the table who were looking at him were all smiling because this is like the 5th or 6th scene of them or take of doing that scene with real alcohol.
wow. Man, he could only handle fucking 5 beers. What a chump.
Well, it was just a case of like I think because they've been working all day because they filmed it in Morocco. I know so it generally was like ridiculously hot, and you're downing multiple pints of lager when you've been working all day.
That's just regular hydrating. I don't see the problem. Like,
I no, it's I'm not saying complaining. It's fucking great, and he's just like, cool, we're done now.
yeah.
And the thing is, it wasn't just like he was drinking it; he was like downing it each take. So, and it's like, yeah, that's a lot of gas you're taking on board.
Yeah, well, at least like they did it proper because like you're not supposed to drink beer out of the bottle or out of the can. That's what a lot of
Yeah,
people don't realize because
yeah,
it has too much gas in it. It is
yeah,
supposed to be poured,
yeah,
and
yeah.
beer
No, it's
actually tastes so much better poured
oh yeah, it is. And
because
like,
it gets to
yeah,
off gas a bit.
yeah, no, it's great because there's a scene like the barman comes over, puts several glasses in the bar, and just goes around and then pours each one, and it's just like, this is the best thing in the world.
It's true.
And you can get into the mind of like these several people have been across the desert in an old ambulance trying to get back to frigging Alexandria, and yeah, it's just like yeah, I'm with you, and it's such a good scene.
I could use a beer. It's only noon, but that hasn't stopped me before. So.
That's fair. That's
There
fair.
had, what was that one stream where I got on? I'm like, it's 6 a.m. here.
Yeah, that's true.
Had a beer.
That is true. Yeah, it's just gone 6 p.m. here, so we're just about to.
I'm trying to be healthier though, because Paige has she's gotta make height weight so she can become a sergeant. That's her stipulation.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough.
I'm trying to be healthier because I'm a bad influence on her for food because I should eat more food and more bad food to like put weight on.
Yeah.
To, like lose weight. So
I know what we chatting about. I see the title, and I would like to. Yeah, no, welcome, mate. Yeah, this is sort of the Great War themed stream today.
that's
so,
right.
any questions you got? Fire
Whatever
away.
you would like to know.
We're trying our best ability to answer.
And I'm Austrian, and he's British. So, as far as how we're dressed, so
yeah. Herr Devon.
mm-hmm. I got my Verndl, and I got my 2 M95s, and
I got it's over there. It's standing up with Benetton, yeah.
and I have my original sword.
Or your sword.
My sword.
That's nice. That is nice.
It's original. You could tell because the ray skin is so faded. It would have been black. And all of the coloring is worn off of it.
Yeah. No, that's nice though. That's really, really nice.
That was the first thing that I ever crowdfunded. The channel.
That's fair.
They were nice enough to do that for me. Did a lot of stuff for
good.
that. I sold a couple things to be able to buy that too. And then it turns out that Werndl bayonet there is only 2 inches shorter than it.
Jesus.
As far as blade length goes.
I will say to anyone, if anyone wants to jump on it, will have to be in World War I uniform or be prepared to talk about it insensibly. So yeah, but yeah.
At least a few articles. You don't need a whole uniform, but
yeah, true. Yeah, if you just got like the upper and upper bit, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do it in underpants, you
I'm
can.
not wearing pants underneath this. I'm just not.
I like it. I like it because it's coarse.
It feels good on my genitals.
I like it scratchy.
I see why like old people like don't have leg hair anymore if they were wearing shit like this like over the course of the war, and their legs are like polished smooth from like the socks and pants that they were wearing. And it's like
it just turns into like Velcro.
Yeah,
just constantly tearing it off.
There's definitely some times where as a hairy Slavic person, there's definitely sometimes after some of those field events where it's like you're peeling your uniform off.
Yeah. It's like it's difficult enough getting the boots off after you've had them on for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
And he's like, oh no, now I've got to do everything else. Oh no.
it's true. Getting those boots off. At least yours aren't as heavy as mine are.
Yeah, that is true. But honestly, like Soldier of Fortune gets some shit, but their World War One stuff, apart from the putties, are actually quite good.
Well, just get original putties.
Well, that's why I went for like the 1980s ones and just put 3 of them together.
Or just
then I
get
don't mind-
original 1917 ones.
But then I don't mind if they get ruined a bit. Like they're easily replaceable. And shut up. I have looked into getting original ones, but at the same time, I'm just like, do I really want to be spending that much? Depending on when they come up. For sale,
True.
that is
And
anyway.
the thing is, it's a piece of equipment you wreck pretty fast.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just have it. These boots are close to 4 pounds each,
Crikey.
just with how much
I'll put
fucking
these back so I can see.
how thick the soles are, and then how
Yeah.
much steel is in them.
Yeah.
So, because unfortunately, I don't know if you could tell that these hobnails aren't really rusty despite being over 100 because
Yeah.
they're actually steel. They're not iron.
Okay, that's good.
So, like the Austrians were. So a lot of people think that like they actually did a good job making their boots, and
Yeah.
they're one of the few countries that didn't use like regular fucking cast shitty pig iron hobnails. They actually had steel hobnails.
Hmm.
So,
Well, they did that well. Unlike other stuff, they didn't do well. You know, like inter-empire relations. Like internal problems, crap. Boots, good.
that's right. Until they ran out of stuff to make good boots in like 1916, and then they started making them out of like pig's hide, and then there was boots that were made out of reeds, and there was boots that were made out of literal cardboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cardboard technology. I've talked about it before, but like Austria, oh my god. The corrugated fiberboard technology that they had was just oh god, like cuz they know that like if you put people way up in the mountains in the middle of winter, it's not actually like wet up there. It's too cold for the snow to melt. So give them the cardboard shoes. And they did. And they would give them like waxed cardboard shoes, and they held up surprisingly well. And
Until
like,
they came
literal
down the mountain.
cardboard boots.
Yeah, until they came down the mountain, and then it got a bit more warmer.
And like towards the end, they made mountain boots that had wooden soles.
Mm.
And so what they would do is they would take the sole of the boot and they would make cuts along it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't go all the way through. They'd go like 90% of the way through. And then
Yeah.
they would alternate it on the other side with another cut.
Yeah.
That would go almost 90% of the way through. And real thin blades. And so they had these kind of zigzag things. So the wood soles could actually flex. They weren't like rigid.
Okay.
You could
Yeah.
flex while you walked because you relief cut them all.
That's clever.
Yeah, and I'm like, as long as you kept them wet enough, that was the thing. They're like, you got to get, which wasn't hard. But as long as you kept the soles from drying out too much, the soles would never like snap or break. They would flex, and they held up surprisingly well. They were the masters of economified shoe technology for a long time, and it's something people see. But like, they had over, I think, for just standard infantry boots, they had over 50 different kinds.
Okay.
Which is a lot as far as shoes go.
Yeah.
Because how many patterns did the British have? Like 4?
It really depends. You have the standard so-called rough designs of what the British Army wanted. You wanted them.
Yeah, the ammo boots, and then what the B2s, the B5s.
It was the B2s that were synonymous with the early war period up to about 1915. Then mid 1915 beyond were the B5s. So these, those. So they're the B5s. But there's variations between manufacturer, not major, but there's some deviations to those sort of patterns. But again, there were other bootmakers and other patterns that were used throughout the war. And then you have what was used by the Royal Navy, what was used by whoever and whoever. The Australians had their own version. New Zealand had their own version, I think. The Indians had their own as well, depending on where they were. But yeah, the sort of two main ones are sort of the main ones is the B2s and the B5s.
Yeah.
But when it gets into that, as long as they're roughly to a similar pattern and they're brown or even like a,
There's always going to be variances and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. you can probably get away with anything, any sort of hobnail brown ankle boot from the period, really.
Yeah,
That was
there's
mainly
always
what-
going to be people that had like private purchase their own.
Yeah, officers or even like the higher NCOs, or but then it's all sort of dependent. So you could probably get away with a lot. I know people go, "Oh no, it has to be this, it has to be this." Well, no, there's so much like with, as you said, with battle dress. There's
Yeah.
so much variation, especially in the Great War. There's so much
Yeah.
variation from maker to maker to maker. You've gone for days. The same with battle dress in the Second World War. Like there's so many different makers. Like for example, on my battle dress that was made in 1944 in the UK, the pockets are larger than the one in Ireland a year later. Like it differs so much, so much.
You
And
have
I
your
might
basic
have-
template and your sizing, and then there was actually a lot of liberty given after that. So
Oh, absolutely. I might have to. Just a minute. Oh no, there we go. My connection's being weird. It cut out a couple of times in the last stream, but we
yeah,
got the
you've definitely gone robot voice a few times.
Have I?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. The engineers came out yesterday to try and sort it. It's better than it was because we were supposed when they tested it in the morning yesterday, they said we were getting about 20 megabytes a second when we should have been getting about 80. Oh, excuse me. So I'm gonna connect it to my hotspot actually, just to be safe.
Fair.
There we go.
I get it. Oh, it got worse.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Cool. We were good.
Welcome back. Yeah,
Welcome
I'm
back.
supposed to be getting like a gig download speeds.
Yeah.
I don't get quite that much. I'm missing it by about 70 megabytes, and I'm upset about it because I'm paying for a full gig.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
No, it's crazy.
especially with how much they fucking charge me
Exactly. How much you get charged a month then?
for my internet.
Yeah.
Well, it's been cheaper lately because it's been about the weather has fucked so much shit over, and they have throttled my speeds because stuff has been so shitty with the weather here because we get super winter. The last couple of weeks we've been just absolutely getting fucked with snow. And so they started charging me less, but I spend about $70 a month for gig internet. So
Oh, fun times.
they're only charging me about 40 for the last couple of months though, because that.
That's fun. Yeah, sorry about that, David. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, my Wi-Fi should have been sorted yesterday because the engineer came out twice. So I don't know what's going on there. But I've connected it to my hotspot now to see if that will do. Seems to be going okay at the moment. So, but any other problems, let us know. But any
Better
guys
webcam, that's what we need.
yeah, absolutely. I was on a look yesterday. Actually, I did see a it was a HP one, 4K, and I think it was down to 113 quid.
That's not bad.
So I'm gonna have a look into that, and it should be easy to set up. So that'd be
Fair.
interesting
You
to
probably
use.
don't need a 4K one because streams can only go in 1080 anyway.
Camera at the moment has not been too bad because I've got the backlight and everything, and it's not so yellow in here like it was on the call yesterday. So
but you could probably save some money. You don't need a 4K webcam for streams.
Yeah, it's true.
Because YouTube only lets you stream in 1080.
Yeah. Well, I was going to get it anyway, so I can then use it for videos as well.
Fair.
So then I can do everything from the laptop, so I don't have to keep setting up the phone. Like the phone is great because then all my editing's on there, but I can get things up onto the laptop, and I want to try and make the editing on there more now. And I've had some
Well,
people
editing is super hard on a computer. So you probably are going to need a new computer then.
Yeah, but I've had some people actually offer to edit for me, so that's really, really nice. So that's
There
really
you
good.
go. I don't have that even.
Yeah, I've had one
I
or
have
two
to do it
people
all
offer,
myself,
so,
and it
which is
blows.
really, really cool. But yeah, it's been quite interesting. I had a good few look last night through a few things, trying to get the fucking words out.
There you
go. oh, there we go. Thinged out there a bit. You good? Looks like you're good. Oh dear.
All right, just checking.
Yeah, no worries. What other questions we got? Yes, because made pieces apart. Okay.
Gotta love those cardboard shoes, though.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Never did cardboard shoes, right? I know there was some rubber boots and stuff.
Yeah, I think maybe sometime during the Second World War, they like one of the layers in the boot might have been like a cardboard thing, but I'm not entirely sure. But in general, it was more like it was just layers of leather, just because it was easier, and the leather industry was there all the time. So
that's true. There is a lot of sheep fuckers in England.
Yeah, but yeah. Any other questions on the chat at all?
Doesn't look like it's updated so much.
Yeah. Unless you got anything interesting, Devin?
Yeah, but I can't show it all because YouTube will be like, that's too much violence.
Anything interesting other than armaments that the Austro-Hungarians did at all? Anything?
Not super, really. They got bodied by the Russians, and they got bodied by the British and the French towards the end. But fuck them Italians. That's where they put all the money.
Yeah, well, especially in Salonika and Greece and places like that. Yeah,
they were really falling apart at that point. That was as far away as you could get from supply lines. And
yeah,
it was a pretty shitty time to be Austrian if you got stationed in the south. So
it's a shame we can't get like Mike on in his French gear. That'd be good.
He's out busy doing stuff today.
Oh, is he? Oh,
he's busy trying to do a lot of stuff because obviously with Ukraine going on and stuff, he's having a hard time sourcing crap for the business and whatnot. So he's got to work a little. He's got to actually do work now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's fair.
And he's making a lot of cool videos. He's making all the shorts and stuff.
I know my friend Danny. He sold a Land Rover to the Ukraine.
What?
He sold one of it. He sold his. Oh God! Oh, there you go. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sold a Land Rover to the Ukraine. Because he was like, why not?
As long as he made a bunch of money off of it, why not?
Oh, apparently he did because he bought a Willys Jeep. So
those are cheap as fuck. I would not sell a Land Rover for that.
But like he got one in a nice condition, like quite good condition. So it's like he sold like a fairly okay like 90s Land Rover, like just like ex-army one.
Yeah.
so it's like fair enough. I don't blame him because now he can do his like Model 2 SAS stuff. So and he's already got like a Pink Panther Land Rover. So
okay, good. Yeah.
So which is fair, but oh dear.
Good for him. As long as he came out real big on it.
Yeah, exactly. Where are you fellows source your equipment? It does depend. I know Devin has had a bit of trouble sourcing his Austro-Hungarian stuff.
Yeah, because during COVID, all the wool went away. But this is all tailored. So I had this all tailor made. So it's not like a source area. Like I went to a guy who is a tailor, and I was like, and he's like, okay, you give me a lot of pictures, I'll make it happen, and here it is.
That's fair. And then most of the tunic and everything else, and the trousers and the boots are from Soldier of Fortune. And I will give them props to most, as I said earlier, most of their World War I stuff is actually okay. Some of the headwear and the putties, I wouldn't really go with at all, just because the
But they're
fabric's
putties.
long.
How do you fuck up putties?
Like it's because it's like they're like single bits of single bits of cloth. They're not woven.
Yeah,
just
they're
like
just
from
felt, which most of them
yeah,
are.
yeah. That have just been cut, and they're not long enough as well. They're probably about half a foot to a foot shorter than they should be.
They're not the full 9 feet.
No, they're not. No, they're not. That's why for my putties, I've got 3 like 1980s ones sewn together and 3 pairs sewn together, kind of thing, to make 9 foot each. And they work absolutely fine, and I don't mind getting them dirty or whatever, and they're absolutely fine. The boots, absolutely fine. I haven't had any trouble with them. They're a lot better than the ammo boots they make for World War Two.
But a lot of people fuck up ammo boots, which is
oh yeah,
I don't know
Like,
how, because they've been the same for like 200 fucking years.
I think the main thing is it's I think the shape of them is slightly off, and the case of like they're not pebbled leather, but they should be, for this war for World War Two. That's why you've got people like William Lennon, who is remaking them again, to a premium. Don't get me wrong, but they are really, really nice. So they're making,
They're nice, yeah.
obviously they're making the B5s, they're making B2s, and they're also making ammo boots. They're also making B2s and B5s with rubber soles as well, for those who just want like something different as well, which is kind of
for
cool.
people
Actually.
that have to do like a lot of indoor events and you don't want to mark up all the fucking floors.
Yeah. I think that's really, really nice, and they do look really, really nice. Yeah, they're roughly above the £150 mark, closer to 200 quid or above, depending on where you get them from, because you can get them through Epic Militaria, Lennon's and Sells, and some other places as well.
But nobody's making any goddamn Canadian pattern ones.
Yeah,
Which are actually easier to make than the regular British ones.
Yeah, I know What Price Glory do make
I have a pair of those and they suck.
Yeah, exactly.
They're cheap as fuck. The leather just like splits and cracks immediately. They're so dry.
Because they haven't got toe caps, have they?
Nope, and the stitching's correct. They're Canadian pattern. They call them ammo boots without toe caps. But they are Canadian pattern. So like the panels are all correct, and the colors all correct, and the construction's all correct. But like the materials and everything they used are awful.
Yeah, I think they're similar to like Royal Navy deck boots in a way. Like that's sort of similar to that. I think that would be sort of the next step down, sort of, well, I'll say up really, considering the construction on the ones made by What Price Glory are a bit shit. But I don't know. Well, I know he's trying to improve some of the stuff he's getting, but then again, all that happens, so it all depends. Put my glass back on so I can actually fucking see.
Yep.
What people put in.
Because if
Hi,
I
John.
get a nice pair of Canadian pattern ammo boots, that'd be great. The only thing is they were about a half ounce thicker than the British ammo boots. They had no toe cap, and the panels were larger because it was just, for one, it was easier to cut. It was less wastage. It was easier to sew. And
that's fair. 3 sets for each leg. No, it's 3 sets. Because obviously one set is a pair, so you just need 3 pairs, and you can create a set for your putties, and it ends up looking like that.
Bam!
There we go, and it actually turns out really well. Obviously, try to wear them as many times as you can, and then make sure you've either marked them or keep them in the boot for that foot. For that leg.
No, you want to alternate them a lot so they stretch even.
Oh. Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do what Jake says. Make sure you keep them marked so that way they form to each leg, because they will.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Keep them in the sort of the boot for that leg kind of thing. So yeah, they become molded to your leg, and they become easier to put on, and they look the same every time you put them on. Then. Or roughly the same anyway. As long as you keep it tight, keep that.
And you do the right flips when you're supposed to, because the leg shapes are important. And
when I put mine on, I tend to pull my trousers up a bit up to my sort of like upper calf, just because they tend to sit a lot better and they look a lot neater and a lot tighter. and then I do the folds as I get close to getting to the bottom of the hem, because then it's sort of dealing with that overlap thing, and then it doesn't have that weird like loose bit at the back. So that's how I do mine, and then I do about 2 to 3 twists depending, normally 2.
I'm so good at tying putties that mine are so fucking like regal and like overlapped looking, and they're like perfect every time. I've done it so much because I used to just do that for winter when I was out like snowshoeing and like skiing and stuff. I would wear my putties, and so I got so good at tying them up, and I've got whole videos on that. So
yeah, no, they're great. I think the best time I've done them was when in the picture I used for the live stream. It was when we were doing like a helping out something called Zeitgeist Tours, where we were basically teaching school kids about the First World War kind of thing.
Yeah,
we had like the Vickers out and other stuff along the lines as well. And that was probably the best time I've done it. I managed to get literally like the crosses over perfect, and it was like perfect, like 3 sets of crosses all the way up, exactly perfect in the front. And on both, and that was probably the best time I've had them done.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, just do that every time, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, and they sit so nicely. Yeah. But yeah, John.
Definitely an art form, though. Definitely a lost art form. You have to be good at it. It's something you just practice for like 2 hours. Just do it over and over again.
Yeah. And as I said, John, like it's 3 sets of short putties, so 3 pairs, and you make them into 2 separate long putties by sewing 3 individual putties together. And obviously, cut off the triangular part on 2 for each side. So you're basically cutting off the triangular part of 4 putties singular, and then sewing them all together to 1. So you basically end up with that. I got mine from What Press Glory. Actually, they had like a bunch in stock of like British World War 1980s putties. So that was good. I ordered like 3 pairs from there for like, they were like what, £6 a pair, whatever it was from them.
Or you could just buy big ones.
Yeah, I could.
Like originals, and then you don't need to
do this, Devon.
I'm just saying, I've got so many sets of putties at this point now. I've probably got 40 from different eras and armies.
I've got loads of like the 80s ones around and 70s, 80s ones. If you do any army that wore putties, you have to wear them as well as they did. Yeah, exactly. Like you've got to try and, because at the end of the day, these
because they all pretty much wore them sloppy as fuck. Because
yeah. Exactly. At the end of the day, this is what is going to be protecting your ankles and everything else from all sorts of shit. So
yeah, they weren't meant to look good. That's the thing about putties. They were never intended to look good.
If you can make them look good, then that's a bonus.
Yeah.
But as long as they're on and they stay on and they don't look like utter shit, then you're actually quite good. It's good.
Yeah, then you're fine. They can look pretty rough, but their job was to just keep shit out of your shoes, basically. And
as long as they're tight and they're not like loose bits, you won't get anything caught. Then you're absolutely fine. Yep. It keeps your lower leg and your boots waterproof because it's wool, so it's a general good thing.
Unless you're standing in a shit ton of water for a long time, you're doing.
That's the exception. That's the exception.
So you're telling me the putties are great, except for World War I.
Yeah, foot casualties will show otherwise, but then again, we're not standing in 2 to 3 foot of water for a week on end. So
I did stand in chest deep water for about 3 days, and my feet were pretty fucked after that.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't like quite fusing to the boots yet, but they were close.
Yeah, you after about 2-3 days afterwards, you're like sort of peeling off like a snake.
Yeah,
the dead skin.
My feet were definitely like sore because my skin had just absorbed so much water for like 2 days after that. It was kind of rough.
Yeah,
but it was overall a pretty good time. My boots after that though, super broken, perfect, like glove molded to my feet. It was great.
Right, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I've just got to go grab my dinner, so that's fun.
Oh, that's right. It's dinner time there. I forgot.
Yes, in the mother country.
That's right. That means you got just me now. Just me. There we go. My authentic hairstyle. Gotta have it, right? It's getting warm. I live on the top floor, so it's kind of warm in here. But yeah, putties are the way to go. They are the way to go. They are my leg protectors of choice. I can't complain. But I'm also into a bunch of old stuff. Like during arts and crafts time, I made my own.
Pasta and a meatball.
Oh, there you go. Meatball.
Meatball and pasta, fresh.
Did you make that all yourself?
No, the other half did.
Oh. How come you didn't do it?
I'm playing dress up.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Can't go wrong. At least the cooking's good, right? It makes me hungry. I haven't eaten yet today.
He does his own sauce as well. Like herbs and spices and that. It's so good.
The herbs. It's all about the herbs.
Indeed, David, that is one spicy meatball.
I like how spicy is too spicy of a meatball.
If you don't stop crying for about 3 hours.
Well, I will. I mean, I will later on the toilet. That's when you're supposed to cry.
Is that why, like, when you like on like pizza menus, it says like pepperoni and cheese, like the "n" bit in the middle is the noise you make on the blue later.
Yeah, if I have cheese, for sure, it's gonna happen. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I kind of wanted to like, you know how like when you go to like a mall, they have those cool like stainless steel handrails in like the handicap stall.
Oh yeah.
I kind of want to have like a bathroom in the basement with those. Just so when I eat ice cream and like cheese and stuff, I can go down there and that can be like the dairy bathroom and I can just wipe up those like nice cold handrails and sit there in the bathroom.
I'm trying to fucking eat.
So, the ones where you're like sitting there and like a minute into it, you're hot, you're like undoing the top button on your shirt, and you're like praying to whatever deity will hear you, and you're begging Willy Wonka to shut down the chocolate factory, and you're just not having a good time.
You like a southern gentleman, like, oh my god, it is hot in here. You got like
and I'm like, I like when they put those big stainless steel handrails close enough so I can put my forehead on them because it's so hot, and it's like it's smearing my face across the tiled bathroom wall because it's cold and I'm so hot. Oh, because of all the diarrhea from the dairy. You're just begging Willy Wonka to shut down that chocolate factory. And he's like, nope. He's like, nope, fuck them kids. We're staying open for business.
Because people don't realize, like, Willy Wonka was an actual serial killer. Like, those children, like, there's a reason why in the remake with like Johnny Depp, they have that scene at the end where the children come out the factory, because in the original you don't see them.
Yeah. Eugene Wilder's fine.
Yeah. Especially in Blazing Saddles. Hilarious.
They need to remake that one. That's everyone's like, that's one that could do with a remake, just as a big FU to everybody. They should just some guy that should just be like a Hollywood independent producer should just be like, we're making Blazing Saddles again.
And where's the first showman going to be? Portland.
It'll just be fucking hilarious. Just absolutely fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Portland or Compton. It's going to be the first showing.
It'll be great. And here's the thing: even if they did put it there, a lot of people would still go see it and not care.
Oh, absolutely.
You know how many people would just go see it because it would be like Blazing Saddles, not to like be offended? And even if you do go see it and you're offended, you're still giving them money
And they probably said they're offended, but they're still laughing probably at some bits.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you have to. The whole movie isn't racist, only like 75% of it. So it's fine.
But like, yeah, at the end of the day, it was co-produced by Richard Pryor, and like it was
Yeah, and written by Mel Brooks.
exactly. It's just hilarious.
Can't go wrong.
It's so like, are we drunk? Are we black? Yes, we're awake.
Yep, guess we're awake.
Like,
steady as a rock. But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one's my
This
shooting
is the hand I shoot with.
yeah. Damn.
Such a good film.
They
Such a
do.
good film.
They could just have Mel Brooks direct the fucking new one. He's still alive. So I'm surprised people haven't burned down his house, to be honest. Like with how butthurt everyone is about everything.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those weird things. But it's always picking and choosing. But anyway, I don't know.
True. Another one they should remake: The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Because there wasn't enough racism in that movie. What?
Oh, it's funny. I must say that one of the, the baddest things was I did my work experience at Sandhurst Military Academy, and I was with a bunch of guys in having lunch who were from like the Royal Logistics Corps and like the Yorkshire Regiment and that. They were like, I saw The Boy in Striped Pajamas, amazing comedy. I was like, oh, okay.
Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Let's go. Remake.
Oh dear. I was like, okie dokie. It's so bad. But yeah, I don't know. Any questions before we delve into more bad stuff we cannot come back from?
Yeah. What's the best pasta sauce? Also, what's the best noodle shape?
At the moment, this.
Yeah, but what's the best noodle shape?
What with pasta?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm liking the penne at the moment.
Penny's pretty good.
Tagliatelli's not too bad. Pardon. I don't know. Weird realm we've ventured into talking about fucking pasta.
True. We could circle it back to how bad the Austrians hated the Italians. It's fine.
Yeah. Exhibit 1. They don't like pasta.
No, I like
the war wasn't for land. It was for those pasta factories in Bologna.
Right. They had to shoot all those Italians so they could bleed their spicy marinara sauce and their olive oil and all that other good shit.
This time have an ending for it. What, for Blazing Saddles?
Yeah.
or for Boy in Striped Pajamas, David? Which
I mean,
one?
they didn't explicitly show the ending to The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, but pretty much everybody that's ever read a fucking World War II history book can figure it out.
No, they should have cut back when they were all using shampoo.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they probably just went into the shower after that. Oh, he's getting sauce all over his good clothes.
No, it's fine. Look up. I don't know. Where did that go? Oh well, whatever. Jesus Christ. But what's sort of like the thing in your collection at the moment in regards to the Great War, specifically that you sort of still are needing?
Well, I already have the $70,000 Ross.
Yeah, true.
I just need to get a Canadian 1907 uniform, and then I can do all World War I Canadian. Because I got all the web gear. I've got the 1899 bondage gear. I've got the 1908 pattern web gear. I've got the 1916 pattern Oliver gear. I've got the boots. I've got everything other than just the trousers and the tunic. So
Have you got the gas anti-gas equipment? Any of that yet?
Well, that was all just British stuff. So like that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair
I
enough.
just have to get an SBR and everything like that. But like as far as distinctly Canadian stuff, I have all of the distinctly Canadian stuff except for the
Tunic and trousers.
yep.
Oh, that's fair.
And I got to get a nice rain cape because I don't have a good rain cape.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
that's something like I have one. I just have to
Yeah.
like get
Because
a
you
better
want
one.
because if you're doing with the Ross and everything, you're gonna probably want the ground sheet rather than the cape.
It'll be fine. The Ross is fine.
No. I mean, like if you're doing that era in general, like the cape itself with the collar and everything didn't come until 1917. So anything
Yeah.
before that, you want the ground sheet, the big sort of like rectangular thing, which you just use a bit of string to tie up, which I think is so much more. I prefer so much more. It's
Well,
just
yeah,
like a
it's
weird
bigger.
shape and it's not as bulky.
Yeah. And then I just have to get the greatcoat as well, because the Canadian greatcoat was different from the British one,
Yeah,
at least for the early part of the war, because it was gray,
yeah,
and then they switched to the brown
yeah.
after about a year. But I would like to get one of the early gray ones. I'd take one of the brown ones if I could, because the Canadian ones are different because they're double-breasted.
Yeah.
That's the only difference from the British World War One greatcoats to the
And
Canadian
the thing
ones.
is, even the British ones change as well.
Yeah.
Once the war starts as well, because they're like some of the little pockets and everything all change, and that's become more simplified.
Yeah.
Or you just do like completely like in training, do you wear like the blues or the white stuff, like the blue like in training stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be quite interesting to do. You got like your SD cap on, wearing blue uniform, like completely blue.
It's
Oh,
fine.
before they got issued khaki before they went out.
It's fine. But yeah, I just got to get the great coat. But like, I've been holding out for a Canadian one. But once again,
Yeah.
nobody makes them. But it wouldn't have been unheard of to get a British one either, because the British supplied the Canadians with so much shit starting in 1916.
Is it like the same grey as your tunic there?
It is, yeah. It's more of a stone gray. This is more of a field gray, so it is a little bit grayer.
Would it be worth
But-
maybe getting like an East German one or a West German one? And
Yeah,
get you some
pretty
grey?
much. I could do that and modify it, but
Yeah. No, I understand.
But like, I
Um,
could always just get a British one because, like, and
Yeah.
I'd have to get a British service dress as well, because starting in 1916, the Canadians started getting British service dress because they couldn't make 1907 uniforms quick enough. And then
Yeah, that's
eventually
true.
they're like, the Ross is terrible, so take an SMLE. And oh, you can't make your own gas mask? Well, here you go, take that. And eventually, a Canadian soldier by the end of 1916 on the front lines would have been almost indistinguishable, except for a couple patches and pins.
Yeah,
From a
exactly,
British soldier, so
Yeah.
except for all the French shit, like speaking it in garbage.
No, absolutely. but I think in the way of gas equipment, I think to give yourself a good thing for most of the war, I'd say go for obviously eventually get the SBR, but I haven't got an SBR yet. Would probably be just the gas hood, probably be such a better thing because it spans from 1915 all the way up to the end of 17.
Yeah.
Or so roughly anyway.
Yep. So that's the plan. I got just a couple little bits and bobs to get, but I have all the equipment and I have the actual rifle.
Yeah,
which is the hard part.
Exactly. That's
so
the
I
main
just
thing.
need to get all the easy stuff now, and it's just how much, because I'm trying to do the early Canadian outfit. I want to have everything as Canadian as possible, and then there's like the transition uniform, which could be a combination of British crap and Canadian crap, and then by the end of the war, it's pretty much everybody is wearing on the front lines British stuff. So
yeah, I think the only exceptions to that rule were basically the Australians and New Zealanders, and then the Indians had their own stuff anyway. But I think considering the Canadians were the largest Commonwealth contingent in general that served on the Western Front anyway. It's mostly British stuff. Makes sense, just logistically. If they're there, then they might as well.
Yep. So
Hmm.
yeah, and then I got to find a Snyder because the Canadians still had Snyders
Absolutely.
in World War One. They actually had Snyders in armory up until like the 30s, but
Hey, David, how you doing? Well, mate.
hopefully he's doing well. He says hi. I hope you're not high. I work for the government. I'll find you. That is half my job.
Oh dear.
I haven't eaten yet today. I'm trying to figure out what Paige wants for dinner because she's getting really big into trying to lose the weight and everything to make tape.
Fresh spaghetti and meatball.
Well, here's the thing. She's one of those people who she goes too hard into it and she exercises too much, and then she has a bunch of protein and vegetables and stuff,
Yeah.
but she never has any carbs.
Yeah.
And then she's always hungry, so she eats way more protein and stuff than she needs to. But that's protein doesn't make you feel full.
Yeah.
And then she ends up putting all the weight back on immediately.
Yeah.
The second she stops exercising, and I'm like, no, you should have carbs because we've been through this before. You should sit down, like two dinners a week, and have some pasta, and have some like pizza or something to like balance it out.
Because the carbs is giving you sugar, which gives you the energy.
Yeah, and I'm like, you need to eat carbs because I'm not talking like 2 pieces of toast.
Yeah.
That's not carbs. You need to sit down and like eat half a fucking pizza. Like 2 days a week for carbs. Like actually eat food, not have like a serving of carbs. No, like 2 days a week, literally sit down and eat a whole box worth of pasta and eat half a pizza. She doesn't seem to get that's how that works because she doesn't like a lot of that stuff. But
Exactly. Yeah.
she does like salmon though, and I made salmon a couple months back, and every now and then she'll ask me to make it.
Yeah, because you had salmon yesterday, didn't you?
We did have salmon yesterday, and lemon asparagus.
Oh, nice. Did it turn out right?
It turned out well. We got smoked salmon, so it was already like fully cooked. So we just
Okay, that's fair.
basically steamed it a bit in a frying pan on a bed of lemons and herbs, and yeah,
That sounds really, really good.
it's a great thing to do if you're ever looking for a simple meal. Get some salmon, portion it out, cut some lemons in like half-inch slices, throw them in a frying pan. Okay, put some water in there, like up to just below the level of the lemons. Put the salmon fillets on top of the lemons, and you just turn it on medium. Put the lid on.
Yeah.
So they only need like 5-6 minutes, and they're done.
That's fair. That
So,
sounds really good.
Yep. You melt some butter, and you just couple spoonfuls of melted butter over them when they're almost done. You throw some lemon pepper on there. Bam, you're set.
Nice.
Very healthy meal. Even you could cook that.
And give it a go. In general, though, like I'm not so overly keen on salmon, but I can eat it.
Well, she's one of those people. She doesn't eat red meat, which is stupid.
Oh.
I give her shit about it all the time. I'm like, she doesn't eat pork really either. So she lives off chicken, like chicken breast.
Yeah.
And you can only have that so much. You can only eat so much fucking chicken breast.
Is she like turkey or anything like that?
No, she pretty much eats chicken breast.
Okay.
Not even the good parts of the chicken.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I was like, you got to eat more fish because, for one, it's got less fat than chicken does, even. And it's so much easier for your body to process. But she's like, I really don't like fish. I'm like, make salmon. Buy when it's on sale.
Yeah. Does she eat the chicken breast because she's not a fan of like eating off the bone or whatever? Or
it's just the cheapest thing to get around here is chicken breast. You get the most bang for your buck for chicken breast.
That's strange. Like generally chicken breast. Well, chicken breast here, like on its own, is actually quite like you can get like a full chicken for roughly the same price or cheaper than like chicken breast on its own.
Well, yeah, the whole thing is like, yes, you can get a whole chicken for cheaper here, but she doesn't want to have to go through the whole process of breaking it down. Also, I don't think she knows how to break down a chicken.
It's fairly simple, and it
is very simple, but like
you've got to cut the fucking thing.
She also doesn't have like good knives and stuff like that. Whereas like if I had the freezer space, all right, and like a yard big enough, I would buy a calf and raise a cow and murder the shit out of it. and cut it up myself on the kitchen table.
Hmm.
But like she won't let me do that. But
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, like
she just likes chicken.
yeah,
And every now and then she'll let me make steak. But
well, we had chicken the other night, and that was actually turned out really nicely. And that was in the oven for about 90 minutes or so. We just used like a friggin' like serrated bloody bread knife to cut that bloody thing. It was absolutely fine. Hi Steve, hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you. You're welcome to fully jump on if you want to put on a.
if you got a
It's got to
costume,
be in uniform though.
gotta do it.
It's got to be in Great War uniform tonight though, mate. If you want to
There you
jump
go.
on, that is anyway.
I
Good
wish
to
I
get
could
you on.
put my Austrian M17 helmet on, but it's not done yet. I gotta paint it and put the liner in it.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I've got where's my one at? Oh, it's here.
There you go. Nick, you gotta get one of those early ones from the Prairie Flower Leather Company that doesn't have the rim
No,
on it. And it's the
No, I
shiny.
do. I do. This
Because
one's
he
not
makes
bad
the
though.
best one. He's got original machinery. It's literally dated 1915. So
I like that.
it's got the like bronze plaque on it. You know.
No, I'm good, Steve. Cheers, buddy. No, I'm good, mate. But as I said, like if you want to jump on, you can. But it's got to be in uniform, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Wear the
Absolutely, I'll be
uniform. Put on something. You could be nude from the waist down for all we care. But
yeah, like you could just literally just put. You could probably just put on your service cap or whatever you want. That's fine.
yeah, something simple as long as you have something. But like, I wish that all I have to do is paint this fucker and put it on. It's an original. So
That's nice.
but it
though,
was
that
one
is
of the ones
really
I went
nice.
to Finland, so they poked the extra holes in it, so I had to fill them.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's
Isn't that over there? There we go.
there you go. Mine's better.
Mine's got a fucking liner.
Well, I have the liner and I have all the split pins. I just have to paint it. So.
Oh no worries, Steve. Hope you're feeling all right, mate.
Is this no? This is an actual Austrian-made one. Has the actual bales still in it? So the Austrians had bales put in theirs that were separate from the liner. They didn't have the big lugs like the German ones did. Because the 16 and 17 German ones had the big lugs that you would put the Pickelhaube chin strap on. The Austrian M17s had actual chin strap bales. And the Austrians never adopted the M18 pattern, but the German M18 pattern, the chin strap would be just attached directly to the liner, which would be standard through all of World War II and everything after that. But yeah, I have an original, and the serial numbers on it right over here.
Yeah. Honestly, though, the Pickelhaube chin strap system on the helmet is just so awful. It's just god awful.
And then you could tell it's an original Austrian one, other than the chin strap, because the Germans did contract out Austrian ones as well, and they would heat stamp theirs on the inside on the crown, but the Austrians heat stamped their serial numbers on the outside on the crown. So it's an actual Austrian-made one, and I looked it up, and it was made by the Warcholisky Tractor Factory on the outskirts of Vienna, which still exists. So they were making helmets. So, and all I have to do is I have to paint it up and put the liner in it and the chin strap. And I don't know if I want to do the leather chin strap or the cotton chin strap because they had both. Because like towards the end of the war, you would see way more cotton chin straps than leather ones. But for my 1916 uniform here, I probably should put a leather chin strap in it.
The cover, it's literally just a Hessian cover.
They're made out of sandbags, historically.
Basically, yeah. Some were purpose made, some were just like bodged up on the line, and then there was denim ones which were made up as well, which were preferred later on in the war. Later 16 going into 17, the sort of as I said, like denim ones. Just because they were a bit more easier to deal with when like.
But why would you want a blue helmet cover?
No. Yeah, Levi like on the top.
Yeah. Levi Strauss. It says right on there.
No, they're quite cool little things. Yeah, like a khaki denim kind of thing. But then again, like late 17 going into 18, you especially with the 100-day offensive, you don't see the covers at all really. Maybe once or twice, but you don't see them much at all because most guys weren't using them again, but because it was pointless really. The whole point of the cover was to give it camouflage and etc. whilst you're in the trench, so etc. So
Yeah.
but it's one of those weird things, and then the practice comes back in the Second World War, and it just sort of stays as a thing. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird mismatch of things and everything. Put this back on because I can't see shit again. Did you soak and shrink it on? So the actual cover itself, I didn't have to because it's fairly snug as it is already. I did have another one for my early World War II thing, but that was not great. That was not as great. But no, I didn't have to shrink it, thankfully. This one's a custom made one from Military History Workshop, so had to wait a little bit of a while for that, but it's really, really good.
I do kind of want to make one now that's blue and says Levi Strauss on it.
You got like the tied off the bit there. It's been really, really nicely done. It's been sort of it's been like
recessed and curled and everything.
Oh yeah, and like the cord itself is kept in like a cotton recess, so it's really, really well done. Like really, really nicely done. If I can keep the fucking thing on the helmet, so it's a bit snug. So when it does pop off, it is a bit tricky to get back on. But as it stays, when it stays on, it's actually quite good. So it actually looks really, really good. So yeah, probably one of the best ones in the market. The one I had on here before was a Soldier of Fortune one, which was okay. I had another one on here which was from eBay, which was okay again, but this is probably the best one that I've had on it.
There you go. Levi Strauss. I want a Levi Strauss helmet cover now.
Bloke in full SD is going into that laundrette, sitting down, taking it all off, putting it in the washing machine.
Then I could even like stress tear it like they do for with, like the little white bit. Because like I got mine and Jake knows all about my big fancy. So this guy got the original machinery and he uses nice veg thick, like it was originally thick veg tan leather, the original copper set rivets. Yeah. And the nice thing that I like about him is like unlike a lot of other repros where they make like actual cheap oilcloth. Yeah. This isn't actual oilcloth, but it looks really, really similar. So it's not going to crack or break down. Yeah. Or get all gross like actual like oilcloth. Like a lot of the repros have the oilcloth. Yeah. This one is he did it really, really good. And you could see the texturing in it just like it is actual oilcloth. It's indistinguishable, but it just holds up a lot better. So that's nice. You could get the American ones without the donut pad that have the greener wool in them. This one has the rubber donut pad, and it has the correct size, like I told you. The correct actual size rubber donut pad, because a lot of them will just put like a hose in there with like tape. This is like actual, he has custom made, like pays somebody to make the actual rubber donut crown pads that are the actual like yellowish rubber. Yeah. So
that's nice. Blakesy or Bloxy, how did you get those? What specifically? Because a lot of different things are from all over the place. As we said earlier, like Devon has a lot of what he's wearing is mostly custom from. Was it Czech Republic? You got yours made, or?
Yeah, it's from Czechia because it's not the Czech Republic anymore.
Yeah. So the Czech Republic.
Oh, well, why don't we just say it's the full-blown Czechoslovakia at this point, then?
It's all that land, people far away we don't know much about. We have not much in common, as Neville Chamberlain said.
Fuck those people.
As Neville Chamberlain said, and then a world war followed.
That's right.
Most of mine I'm wearing here anyway from Soldier of Fortune. The cap I'm wearing currently is from What Price Glory. That I was wearing it. I have no idea where it's from. The actual who made it.
China.
I got it off Facebook Marketplace.
China.
Honestly, I don't know. I think it's probably like made by Richard Knight from who custom makes them because the quality.
Pakistan. Got it. Might as well be Chinese. But
Actually,
and
I
yeah,
think
my
it's
uniform
I think
was
it's
custom made.
Shropshire.
True.
But and then mixture
Who
like
made your
my webbing equipment is a mix of the haversack is original and some of the bits are a mixture of Soldier of Fortune and GSE. I made them out of one piece of sack, shrink it, done so. Oh, wicked! Oh, fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, no, I did try that with a couple of my other ones. The Hessing cover I had on it before, I did soak it to darken it down, and I put like a bit of tea in there, and also like I mixed it with a bit of Blanco just to try and darken it down. And also it's got like a nice sort of like pattern to it now, which is kind of nice. So that's another one I've got separate. But the one I've got on there at the moment I really like. But yeah, it just it looks really weird Austro-Hungarian with the helmet.
I know, right?
Oh dear. Let's put this back on again.
There you go. Who made your helmet?
I think it's probably a Soldier of Fortune one from about a decade ago.
Huh.
I got this and a World War II one at Military Odyssey show back in 2015. The guy wanted like 50 quid for the pair of them, so I was like, absolutely fine.
Perfect.
So I couldn't say no.
Mine's made by the Prairie Flower Leather Company, which is a guy out of Kansas. He makes a lot of World War I helmets and World War I helmet parts. So like, if you just need parts, even he has parts, but he does a really, really awesome World War I helmet. German ones, Austrian ones, British ones. Obviously, I don't think he has too much French stuff, but you can get British, Austrian, and German World War I helmets and World War II helmet liners. My World War II helmet is original.
Yeah.
It's a 1941 Canadian made one. Bicycle Factory made it. And then, yeah, this one is made using correct gauge steel, correct gauge paint, correct wool, correct leather, and everything on original British machines. He has an original British helmet press from 1915 that he makes them on. And he will even do the early ones that don't. This one's the 16 pattern, which has the rim. But he has the early 1915 pattern that doesn't have the rim. It's in the shiny kind of darker green paint.
Yeah.
So, and he has American ones as well. You can get
Have you heard the story? Have you heard the story about I think it was an officer about with the rim, and so obviously they introduced the rim obviously because like cutting and all this sort of stuff, and also wear and tear.
It gets kind of sharp. Yeah.
Guy was in the front line. I think it was an officer. I think it was either artillery or I think it was artillery. It clipped a bit of shell fragment, had clipped the ring. It had made it completely come off, and the rim itself had wrapped itself around the guy's face multiple times, and basically sliced him up constantly. He survived, but yeah, the rim that was there to sort of prevent people getting cut and all that sort of stuff basically sliced his face up. Yeah, and literally just spun itself around his face. Like, Jesus Christ. But the shell itself actually is 1939 dated. So it's like a Mark 1 that was made in 39 and it's just been obviously put with a Great War liner in by SOF or whoever it was that made it.
Yeah, whoever gutted all the Mark IIs, they got a surplus because there's actually still a shit ton of Mark IIs sitting around. Yeah,
but the shell itself is an original shell, 39 dated, Mark 1 shell. So I think I think it probably had like an original, like had like a World War II liner in which would have made it like a Mark 1 star or whatever it was at the time. So, but yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. Does the job for what I needed to do. I would like to get one of those what you got in the future, but
you should invest in Well, you already have a good one right there. You
Yeah.
should invest in one of the early ones that has the no rim on it.
Yeah, I do hope
That'd be
to.
the way to go.
I would love to get one of the ones where it's almost like it looks like it's corrugated on the actual dome part, like the early.
The ones that they all gave to Portugal because they sucked and they actually
Yeah.
caught more fragments and killed more people than
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think that's the thing as well. Like people don't realize, like helmets were a trench stores thing. They weren't widely issued at the start when they were introduced in the first place. They were a trench stores thing. So you got given it when you went into the line, and then gave it back to the stores when you went out the line.
Yep, you traded with somebody when you were going back. Yep.
Basically, yeah. And it wasn't until mid 16 or about a month or two prior to say the attack on the Somme on the 1st of July that they were basically
General
mass
issue
producing-
equipment.
Yeah, general issue, yeah. Like 2-3 months prior to the Somme. But yeah, because they
You
were
should. You could flex on so many people if you get one of these living in the
Yeah.
UK because the fact that the best British reproduction helmet you can buy is made in fucking America is kind of a travesty.
Well, it's like the best British battle dress reproduction is in the Czech Republic.
Yeah,
Or
well, that's
wherever.
just because they have all the wool access there.
Yeah, it's strange things like that. Or like there's like loads of like Canadian battle dress in the UK rather than like that. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things, weird things. But no, it's how it goes, isn't it? It's how it goes. Yeah. Oh god, we've only got one person on stream now. How long have we been going for? Just under 2 hours. Bloody hell. Not bad. Not bad.
I know, right? We're doing good.
What's the time there? About what? 2 o'clock?
1:02 p.m. here.
Oh, okay, not too bad. That's not too bad. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, you're 6 hours behind, aren't you?
Huh?
You're 6 hours behind, yeah.
I am 6 hours behind. I live in Central Standard Time.
Oh dear.
Man, this thing is so comfortable.
Yeah, honestly, honestly, I prefer wearing this than I do my World War II one. Other than my Mark III, which is like wearing a sofa.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is like wearing a sofa. It is a night and day difference wearing the turtle helmet compared to the Brody.
But like the oilcloth liner is literally it's I think I've shown you before. It's done that weird thing where it's gone almost like to felt now, and
yeah, where it's kind of napped up a bit.
It's so comfortable, and it sits perfectly. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Like my Mark IV with the later liner is comfortable, but that itches after a little while. But yeah, the Mark III is probably the most comfortable one I have. The only other one I would say possibly would be maybe my World War II British Para one. Then again, it's a bit.
My most comfortable British helmet's the Mark VII. I have 6 of them. They're brand new. It's great. And I have like the upgraded pad liner in it. Oh,
I have worn one once or twice, and I have worn the Virtus a couple of times to try it and that, and it's not too bad. But the Mark VII is definitely more comfortable.
The Mark VII is definitely more comfortable because it's so light.
Yeah, it's so nice, and the Mark VIa is very comfortable as well.
It pretty much Mark VII, pretty much same liner, but
Basically,
the only reason I'd say it's the Mark VII's, it's because it's lighter.
Yeah, absolutely. Because with the Mark VIa, it's like it's a bit thicker now. It's much more heavier.
You know how many people think that those are actually made out of Kevlar?
No, it's still ballistic nylon. Yeah.
Yeah, and it says like right on the fucking website.
Yeah.
From the people that made them, and they're like, they're Kevlar. You're dumb. And I'm like, I literally on a stream with Mike, and because he also believed they're Kevlar. He's like, I see some sources that say they're Kevlar. I'm like, no. I will literally scratch the fucking paint off right now on the inside of the helmet on a small section just so we can fucking see it's ballistic nylon. And guess what we found out?
It's ballistic nylon.
Oh my god, who would have thought that the same people that fucking made it and me would know that it's ballistic nylon?
Yeah,
but
no.
The Mark 7s are Kevlar.
I saw that stream and I was
wrong. The Mark 7s are actually Kevlar, so
yeah.
That's what created the confusion. Until the Mark 7 came out, nobody had any confusion.
And then you got the weird paratrooper one as well.
Well, that's fiberglass. That doesn't even count.
Yeah, I think the current ones or the ones for the last 10 years have been ballistic in some sort of way.
Well, they're all vertices now. It doesn't matter. So
yeah, true.
because the vertices jump ready. Same thing with the Mark 7. The Mark 7's jump ready. So
yeah. I don't know, but I do like the so-called M76, whatever it's sort of called, but it's not really. I don't know. They're kind of cool. I like them.
yeah, the vinyl
Especially-
and fiberglass helmet.
Yeah, especially if you can get the early version with the weird like nylon like liner and chin strap, which are so expensive now.
Yep.
Stupidly expensive.
Well, yeah, because
Like-
they didn't make many of them.
Well, it's because they're sort of like the more used one down in the Falklands. That's why.
Oh, because it's that.
It's if a war hadn't happened, no one would have given a crap. They would be like
Cheap as fuck.
50.
Yeah. But
It'd be
it's
like
the one
50
that
to 70,
everyone saw in the
50.
pictures, so they want it.
Yeah, there'd be 50 to 70 quid because even the ones without that chin strap now are getting up in price because people want the para helmets because of the Falklands.
I mean, I want one of the steel para helmets. Like,
Yeah,
not the
just-
leather chin strap ones, just like the very common, cotton chin strap ones.
Yeah,
Can't find 'em.
Well, I've got I don't even know where. Oh, here it is. It's a tankers one which was converted.
Yeah. I need one in 7 1/4.
So
And I can't find any anywhere.
I'm
I find a lot of really small sizes, but
Yeah, I've been thinking about having this one upgraded to have a right visor on it for Northern Ireland for paras. Because this one was converted to a para helmet, but with like a weird, just putting like foam around it, keeping the
terrible
original
liner.
liner.
Yeah.
Keeping the original like Auckland liner, and like it's like a press stud, not even like a proper.
Not even like the proper buckle or anything.
I don't even know. I got it from like a shop like 10, 15 years ago, wherever it was.
Yeah, go get that one converted. That'd be a good one to do.
So, and then my actual proper power one's up there, which is I think it's an original. I can't remember, but it's nice enough anyway. Leather chin strap and everything, and
Oh, so the early one even? There you go. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is he gonna be back?
there we go.
Oh
good?
god, I was worried about you there for a second.
No, weird enough, I'd connected it earlier to my hotspot for it to work better, and it just gets disconnected on me. So I don't know what was happening there. Oh well, but we're back.
Well,
Yeah,
welcome
it's the 1942. It's got the fiber rim on it, so
I
really
wish.
nice. And the scrim on it looks brilliant. That's how I bought it and everything. So
I wish.
But,
I just want like a crappy one. I don't even care if it's like a post-war one.
yeah,
I
that's
just want
fair.
one in my size.
Yeah, no, they're about, but then even like the post-war ones are getting silly prices as well now.
Yep.
Because if I have a look, Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
Because they don't exist over here in North America. So like 7
Yeah.
1/4. In decent shape. I don't want it like falling apart, obviously, but
Yeah. What about a repro one?
as long as it's a good repro.
Okay.
Because I've had a shitty repro.
Okay. Let's have a look. Well, this one looks like it's been. Oh, actually. Oh. Just see if I can share this on stream.
Should. That was not so bad.
And it's an original shell. I think probably a Royal Armored Corps one or something.
And how much is that?
It is buy it now, £85 plus £8 postage.
That's not bad at all.
I'll send you the link to that actually.
Perfect.
That's not bad at all, and it's got the markings in it which make it look like it was a Pegasus Militaria-made repro, which are actually probably some of the best on the market.
Fair enough. I'll take a good repro. I just like because the only repros I have access to are real shitty like Chinese made ones.
Yeah, a lot of like AliExpress England as well.
Yeah, and it's like I really don't want those.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. Here's what I was talking about. Like with the M76 Falklands para helmet with that certain type of chin strap.
Wow, $500.
That's the starting bid.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's the chin strap and everything. Everything is like a weird, like it's like lined with like leather, soft leather on the inside, and it was nylon on the outside.
Yeah,
What's the fucking move?
it's a steal. Buy it.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
It's a steal. Buy it.
Yep, apparently so. Yeah, sod that. Not paying that at all. Like, I paid for mine 30 quid.
Steal, Jake. Buy it.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. Here's a. This one's in. Where's this one being sold? Australia. This how it ended up there, I don't know. The still hates that.
Oh, that's not so bad. It's a steal. Buy it.
Yeah. Helmet still airborne troops. Yep. $800.
Well, I mean, it's Australian dollars, so it's
Still.
yeah, it's probably about $800. Yeah.
Roughly, yeah.
Buy it. It's a steal.
Christ, that is a very late made Mark IV. Dated 1986. That is a very late made one.
Yeah.
Jesus. Like, bear in mind, like, 86, the Mark VI had already been starting to be issued. That is really late. Christ.
It's a steal. Buy
it. 35 quid starting bid is not that bad, actually.
It's not. That's a decent price. That's about what I paid for mine. So
yeah, similar thing for mine as well. I think, yeah.
But like mine was also like unissued. It came in the box.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I got the box with mine and the original manual that said "Don't fuck this up." So
yeah, I've got like a manual for like the Mark. For a Mark 6 somewhere that tells you how to fit on the right visor and everything as well, which is kind of cool.
Mine tells you how to wear it as a helmet.
Ooh.
I know the British got real fancy. They did not have a lot of faith in their troops, I guess, in the 80s.
Mine shows you how you can make a potted plant.
Fancy. And I got to get one of those new Chinese helmet covers too that have the self-destruct bomb in them.
Oh,
it's a real thing. They have helmets.
Yeah, no, I did see something like that. I was like, what the flying fuck?
And like everyone was like, that's not real. And the Chinese government like literally came out and like confirmed it. Like, no, we give our soldiers the ability to blow their own head off, or the commander's ability to blow their head off. Like, that sounds about right.
Basically, stay in good form with your officer and you won't die.
That's right. Also, don't get captured. But like, I would buy one of those. I would love to have one of those.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Who we got still on chat, guys? Anyone? Anyone got any questions? Anyone got anything they want to ask?
Do some questions before I make pizza. I convinced Paige
What's
pizza
up?
is the way to go.
What type of pizza are you making?
That's a good question. We haven't decided yet, but I do have to start the crust eventually here pretty soon.
That's fair.
It's got to start going.
Well,
Got to take 3 hours to rise.
Yeah. Well, I know it's definitely not going to be a cheese pizza.
I will put cheese on pizza because it's sacrilege to not.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We did go Domino's.
Sacrilege to not.
We did go Domino's last night, so that was good.
Oh, Domino's. It's actually pretty decent.
Well, at the moment, like the Domino's where I live opened just before Christmas. No, sorry. Yeah, just before Christmas. And they're still doing the whole, if you spend over £30, you get 50% off. So why the hell not?
That's true. I think
so,
I normally get enough food from Domino's here because they have a deal that's been going on for like a year where you can get a custom made pizza and you could get 2 sides and they're $5 each.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
So you get like a whole, but the delivery fee and everything, you end up spending like $25 with the tip.
Okay. Well, that's the thing in the UK. We don't have to give tips and all that sort of shit. And there's not really a delivery charge either.
I give well, the delivery fee is only like $1 or something. It's like
literally like the Domino's is like literally a 2-3 minute walk away. So
so you just walk down there?
No, we don't even do that. They'll deliver it for free. So why the hell not? It's cold out.
But exercise.
Yeah, but if we're ordering Domino's, when exercise really isn't in mind for that evening.
Understandable, but
for the first couple of weeks they were open, they didn't have any delivery drivers, so we did have to go over. But now they've got them. Why not use them? They need a job. They're getting paid.
That is job security. That's true.
So, but yeah, no. Yeah, I don't really go for pizza myself, so I normally have like the side. So I have like the potato wedges and then like 2 portions of chicken wings.
You have potato wedges at your Domino's?
Yeah.
We don't have those here.
We can get curly fries as well.
No, we can get chicken wings and like sandwiches.
Yeah, so we can get like curly fries, chicken wings, chicken strips, potato wedges, you name it.
We can get chicken wings, weird sandwiches, cheesy bread, chocolate lava cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Do you get like the cookies there as well?
They have like the big cookie. You can get like the big tray brownie cookie thing.
Yeah.
And then they have pasta, which you used to be able to get in a bread bowl, and then they decided they're not going to do the bread bowl anymore. You get just like pasta in like a corrugated aluminum pie tin. And I'm like, it's not as good without the bread bowl.
Yeah. But no, it's good. Yeah, I get like the chicken wings and then like potato wedges and then like the garlic bread, which is like a mini cheese pizza but with garlic on it. So that's normally quite nice. I normally get that.
You guys got so much better stuff.
Which is surprising. I'm surprised.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to get some jellied eels and some pie and mash and stuff, and nobody has any of that over here.
And then Subway. Do you like Subway? Or you don't mind?
Yep, we got Subway. It started in New Jersey, so I hope America has Subway.
No. I know you've got Subway, but like, do you like Subway?
I mean, it's a sandwich. It's an overpriced sandwich. I would rather go buy all of the components and make 15 sandwiches worth of what Subway's going to give me for like $1 more than what Subway's going to charge me for one sandwich.
Like, how much is, say, like a foot long and a drink?
Here, it's like $9 now.
Oh Christ! Because I can get like a foot long and a drink. Depending on where you go, depending on which branch you go to, it can be refillable. Depending, it's normally about £6.
Damn.
So,
I mean, that's like $7 here. It's
Yeah.
not too far off, but like for $10, I could go buy bread.
Yeah,
And I
true.
could buy all the shit to go into a sandwich, but like I'll be able to make like 4 sandwiches.
True. It's just I don't know what it is. It's like it's nicer when it's not you making it. I don't know what it is.
It's always nicer when I make it because I made it for me. Then it's exactly the way I like it.
Yeah, true.
That's what I like about it, because someone's gonna fuck it up. They're gonna sit there and they're gonna touch it with their poop hands. They didn't wipe good enough, and next thing you know, you got the E. coli. Whereas if I do it and I get E. coli, it's like, well, maybe I should wash my hands better.
There's always a thing with like well, especially in the UK with Subway is they will have they always have the gloves on, but it used to be they'll have the gloves on for doing everything. Like they're meant to change the gloves for every different thing they do. Sometimes like, oh, I'm getting your food, I'm getting your other stuff out, but I'm also cleaning out the bins. It's like change your fucking gloves, dickhead. But now it's a lot better. They brought something back in the UK which they didn't have for a while, which is called the big beef melt, which is like it's they're called steak, but they're not really steak. It's just like and they're almost like beef patties kind of thing, but like square, like rectangular. I normally have that from Subway, and it's really fucking good.
I don't think we have that here.
Yeah, I have that with like onions and then like barbecue sauce. So good. So good. I'm basically getting like a large, like foot-long burger at that point. So
that's making me really hungry, but I have to wait 4 hours for pizza.
Yay!
And I have to go buy banana peppers because Paige doesn't like banana peppers.
Oh, fun times, fun times.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh.
I get it. But it'll be a good pizza. I convinced her to get pizza. I was like, you need to eat carbs. The reason you fuck up is because you don't eat carbs.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to make a pizza, but I'm going to make extra big pizza.
Yeah.
Because I'm hungry. So that way, if she only eats 2, I could eat the rest of
it. No, that's absolutely fair. I don't blame you. It needs to happen. She needs to have carbs because otherwise
she's just going to be eating all the time.
Exactly. And you're not helping anything.
Yep.
You need that energy to burn and help burn, and yeah.
Yep, and she gets it, but she just is so concerned with losing the weight, but she's got till May.
Okay, yeah.
She has to lose like 10 pounds by May.
That's easy.
That's what I told her. I'm like, stop. You're going too hard into it right now. You're going to burn yourself out. And
like the other half, he'll do like something called, he'll either do Weight Watchers or do Slim World. You can lose like 2, 3, maybe 4 pounds a week or more, depending if you.
Yeah, I mean, I eat some mozzarella cheese and I'll fucking lose 5 pounds in a couple hours. Like,
yeah, like just eat everything in proportion. That's all it means.
That's all you have to do. Yeah,
eat the right things. As long as you balance it out right, you're not having one thing more than another, and you're not going overboard.
She was really big on eating 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
Which is bad because your body's just going to hold on to everything. Yeah. It's not going to be fed for forever.
Yeah. Like for the first week, you'll lose quite a bit, and then it will just
stagnate. And stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it would just stagnate.
Mm-hmm.
That's like with any weight loss thing. But if you regulate it, if you do it regularly, and if you regulate it, and if you're doing exercise as well, if you're being active, then you will lose weight every single week, constantly, until you
just
decide
portion
to do
control.
Exactly, absolutely. Don't gorge, but eat stuff in proportion. But also don't eat stuff just because you think, oh, this is the good thing. I have to eat that all the time. That's not how it works.
No.
If you eat so much chicken, you're just eating chicken, but you're just eating you're just eating protein and you're doing nothing else to support it. So
yeah, you're not helping the rest of your body.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, so I get it, but I drink most of my calories and I smoke most of my calories. So I mean,
yeah, yeah, true, same. But
1,000 of my calories every day are probably beer. But I should have like through my metabolism and what I do for work, I should be at about 3,500 calories a day, and I manage usually like 400.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yep. So I need to eat more, and she needs to eat less. And I was like, well, if we just eat together all the time, I'll just eat half of your food, and we'll call it good. So
yeah. That is true. Oh, my neck. Oh, dearie me.
That's right. And she's not getting along with her roommate, so.
Oh, that's fun.
So she wants me to be there all the time because.
Yeah.
She's afraid that there's going to be an argument or a fight or something, and apparently she's under the impression that I'm really, really good in a fight. I don't know why she would be under that impression, but and I'm also like an unbiased party, so.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm not fighting anybody. That's your hill to die on.
You just go in with your your African war blade, just put it on the desk like this is so we can play spin the bottle.
My scalping knife.
Yeah, whoever it lands on gets hit first.
That's right. I had
Hey,
an
Craig, hope
idea
you're
the
doing well,
other
mate.
day about because Flint's like pretty brittle.
Yeah.
Why doesn't somebody make like Flint throwing knives so that way when you like throw them and they hit somebody they break off?
That is true. Probably someone's already done that before. I wouldn't be surprised.
But like I don't have any and I want some.
Yeah. Hope you're doing well, Crank. Good to see you, mate.
That's right. But yeah, I'll probably get off here a couple minutes.
Yeah, no, dude.
We will have been going for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I will give Crank some props. He stuck on with the stream the other week. We went on for like 5 hours.
He was there the whole time.
I think most of it, yeah, most of it as far as I
shit.
remember. So
Holy
I know
shit!
when he was there for the least. I know he was there for definite for the least the last 2 hours. In like
that's
1
when it
o'clock in the
got
morning.
real degenerate.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
There's a lot of racism, sexisms going on.
None of that.
Those are
No,
the good
we're a
ones.
kind.
People want to see that. People are too politically correct nowadays.
We're a kind, inclusive stream. Inclusive to all thoughts, including those bad ones.
Yeah, we are inclusive to all thoughts, like concentration camps. Take all comers.
Oh dear. Oh, that is 7th Battalion. So that is 7th Battalion.
Weird, because it kind of looks like a fat triangle.
So it's a dog gauge.
So it's a fat triangle.
You're thinking, what the fuck is that? So oh, trying it's.
You know what I like about not British ranks and like battalions and stuff? They use a number.
True.
You know what I love about like the Canadian 4th Regiment? It's the number 4.
Dog gauge. Does it even gauge? There we go, dog gauge.
Oh, and Alice is here now.
Hey, Alice, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream.
That's right. You're in here just to watch me get off, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not in the fun way, in like the I have to go do stuff way.
Yeah, welcome to After Dark.
You can just go to my OnlyFans for that stuff.
Your only khaki account.
Yeah, my only khaki account, yeah. So what's a dog gauge? Come on.
I'm trying to remember. Give me a minute.
Trying to learn what the fuck a dog gauge is. And why there's a fat triangle on Jake's hat.
Here we go. Copy. And then go back to here. There we go.
I'm doing quite well.
Meaning. Why is it not? What the fuck
Was
is
it
that?
a dog gauge for fence?
I can't exactly. I did used to know the meaning, but I can't.
Because the thing that I'm seeing is like, it's for wire for fence.
Maybe.
Ooh, Jake, he's doing his World War I layout, Alice's.
Oh, wicked! Oh,
She's
nice.
doing it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm seeing it's all for like fencing.
Probably. I honestly can't remember.
That's lame.
But it's basically like because of like the region of like where the battalion was formed. It's sort of like what was done in that area. From it's
Oh,
sort of
a
like
lot of
more-
fences? That's kind of lame.
I can't exactly remember. It's something. It's
Or
I
the
don't know.
fence battalion.
Yeah, defense. But
Well,
they're from more the like Bournemouth area itself. Well, because Bournemouth at the time used to be part of Hampshire, now it's part of Dorset. So
oh, why'd that happen? Was that where all the degenerates live? So you sold it to somebody else, or what?
Bournemouth itself, I would say there's a reason why there's ramps everywhere now, and all the shop front windows are all like bifocal because a lot of old people live there. A lot of old people.
Makes sense.
I don't know why I can't find the actual meaning. Oh, that's what it's because it's fucking spelt. There we go. Why are you not telling me? Fucking bastard. Oh, whatever, I don't care. I'm okay, can't really stay long. No, that's fine. That's fine. Hope work's going well for you though, Alice.
I understand people got jobs. It's, the week.
Yeah. Oh,
It is
good.
the
Yeah.
week, isn't it? It's not a weekend, right?
Yeah. It's Tuesday today.
Oh, because I work overnights, so like all the days just blend together. I never see the sun anymore, and
Crank said I picked up a swagger stick with the cat badge on it as 7th. Oh, fair enough, mate. Oh, cool.
oh, so it has the fancy fat triangle on it as well.
Yeah, because obviously, well, during the Great War, like the regiment itself, the Hampshires had about 30 different battalions at one point. Like, it's crazy.
Pick a color and then pick a number.
Like, yeah, because you had first, second, third, fourth, etc. You had like second, fifth, second, seventh, first, seventh. It gets very confusing.
You could just be like orange, and then 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4.
Brian's battalion. Why a different cap? Yeah, it really depended. Like you had the Duke of Connaught's own as well, which were the 6th Battalion. They had like almost like a rosette, and then a wreath underneath. That was the 6th Battalion. You had the Cyclist Battalion, which were like which were a wheel, and then a wreath, and then a sort of a banner. Sorry. And then the vast majority were the standard Hampshire, but there's differences between a lot. Then you also had the Hampshire Carabineers, which were like a yeomanry regiment as well.
Pick a color and pick a number.
Then you had the Isle of Wight volunteers. Then you had the 1st Volunteer Battalion, which were the standard Hampshire Cat badge, but then they had like the volunteer part under it.
Or they could pick a color and pick a number. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, Bars, hope you're doing well.
Of course he's doing well. He's lock bars.
Us poor Dorsets only had 2 during the war time, and then we went to a few during. Yeah. But during the second World War, there were several battalions. There was 1st, 2nd, 7th, 5th, 1st, 7th. I think there was about at least 6 or 7 separate different.
You guys in all your fucking regiments.
And then the First World War, though, there was like every single bloody regiment had like multiple battalions. And then you had the Pompey Pals, which were the 1st, 2nd battalion, I think. I'm trying to remember.
All of your fucking complicated. Pick a color and pick a number. That's fair. I gotta make pizza dough soon so me and Paige could have dinner because she's trying to be healthy.
Yeah, no worries, dude.
And I make really healthy pizza dough. It's only got basically no fat in it.
That's not bad.
Yeah. And then the sauce we get's pretty good, and then we're just gonna have vegetables on it. And by that I mean she's gonna have vegetables on hers.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I'm gonna ruin mine with sardines and tater tots.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm seeing if I can. Oh, here we go.
You're seeing that how many colors it would take to cover the whole British Army if they just took colors and numbers. I will tell you.
So before the war started, there were 1st and 2nd battalions. During the war, the regiment raised 31 reserve, territorial, and new army battalions.
That's too many.
They served in Western Front, India, Mesopotamia, Salonika, and Egypt.
That's too many.
Palestine.
Canada, gigantic. They managed like 7. 7. Because nobody
Yeah.
lives there. So,
No, it's crazy, and that's just one regiment. Like,
yeah, but you never hear
crazy.
about the light moose charge. Just saying.
Charge of the Light Moose Brigade. Yeah,
You'd be surprised. Them things can take a lot more machine gun bullets than a horse, and they don't spook as easy.
yeah.
It's like those tanks in World War II where they put the bulldozer blade on the front. That's like a moose. It's like a horse with a bulldozer
Into
blade
the
on the
Valley
front.
of the Death rolled the 600 pairs of antlers.
That's right. It's one way to do it. Murder the shit out of them. Alice doesn't know what a fucking tater tot is.
Yeah, it's like a snack thing. I roughly know, but I can't.
You don't know what a tater tot is either?
They're potato stuff, I'm guessing.
So, like, when you make fries, you have all the, like, leftover little chunks.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
And so they took those and mixed them with some flour, and they made them into this little, like, barrel of potato chunks, little barrel shape of, like, potato chunks, and they're this big.
Yeah.
And you throw them in the oven, and they get real crispy and golden brown on the outside, but they're, like, light and fluffy on the inside.
Okay.
They're super good. Tater tots.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I'm surprised you don't have those.
We've probably got something similar.
You should look for them because they're so good. So good to like have with so many kinds of food. Because they're like fancier than French fries, but they're not like all the work of like making fancy mashed potatoes or baked potatoes. So
well, I think that's why we got like normal like oven chips, which are like larger, and you just bung them into an oven and they turn lovely.
Yeah, we call those steak fries, but tater tots.
Well, there's like oven cut, there's like home style, there's steak cut, there's different types of chip.
Yeah, we got all the different kinds of fries and stuff. Yeah, the chips, but like tater tots. Come on now.
Apparently, Lockbar's grandfather was in the Canadian Army in World War I. Okay.
My family was too busy being Austrian and Russian in World War One.
Colonial abomination.
You guys have never had a fucking tater tot, and you guys are fucking missing out on a whole.
Kevin, you need to take yourself up the apples and pears, and get
you some goddamn tater tots. Yeah, so you can't tell me that those little potato nuggets don't look good.
They just look like nuggets.
They look
nice though. I could definitely eat them, but it depends.
Yeah,
like
it's just leftovers from making like fries, and they just instead of throwing them away or wasting them, they just packed them together in little nuggets and you fry them up. They're good.
Oh, that's cool. So I was reading what Lockbars, but
that is pretty cool. Lockbars is Canadian. Now he lives in Ohio, the worst state. The worst state.
Says the one who lives in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's basically Canada.
So you said you were looking at getting a house.
Yeah,
that's good. And
I'm gonna have space for all my shit. I'll have to sell some stuff because I don't want to move it. I got some stuff that I bought like when it was just cheap. Yeah, and now it's kind of worth some stuff, and I got to get rid of it because I don't want to move it.
Yeah,
I don't need it. All it does is hang in the closet. I don't use it for anything.
Well, as I said in your stream last night, like if you got anything like British Commonwealth, you are willing to part with that you need to.
I got some. There's a lot of stuff in that closet that I'm Nothing to part with.
Cool. Yeah. Let me know.
For sure.
Oh dear.
For
Born,
sure.
born in Metro Detroit.
Detroit, baby! Detroit's actually pretty nice. It's actually not as bad of a town as Chicago. I'd much rather go to Detroit than Chicago.
Oh, Alice, don't get me wrong. I will fucking go through a bag of those, no problem.
Smiley fries. You guys
Yeah,
have
like-
smiley fries, but you
So,
don't
like-
have fucking tater tots?
Yeah, so yeah, like the McCain's like smiles, like yeah, I could go through
Yeah.
a fucking bag of those, like no problem. The same, like I could like eat like a whole bag of Yorkshire puddings, like fucking
I
no
wish.
problem. Like my mother-in-law makes her own, and they're fucking amazing.
I wish. I'm the only one that knows how to cook.
What in the States?
No, there's a lot of people that I just know that they just eat fast food every day or make like pizzas that you throw in the oven. They don't know how to actually cook anything. You know how many people I know that don't even know how to crack an egg?
Yeah, I know. I saw someone trying to boil an egg by using a microwave before.
I mean, I've seen that, and there's little contraptions you could do to do it, but it's like, eh.
It just makes you makes you cringe and just like curl up and die. I'm just like, really? Why?
Yeah. Fry an egg. Come on, it's not hard. And here's the
Yeah.
best part: if you fuck up, you have 11
Well,
more.
But like they're trying to boil it in a fucking microwave.
Yeah,
I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
boiling an
you're
egg.
gonna, like the yolk is going to reform into a chicken with the radiation.
It's fine. Well, then I'll have a whole ass chicken to eat. It's fine.
True. It'd be like one with 3 eyes and 4 wings, but you know.
That's well, good. I like extra chicken wings. So- Oh no, the breasts of this chicken have got too large for it to walk around. Shucks.
But my Geiger counter keeps going mad.
That's fine. I mean, it's already going mad because I have a depleted uranium Cal 8 round sitting here. So
Oh, potato waffles. Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
waffle fries. You don't have fucking tater tots, but you have everything else.
Well, we've got waffle fries, but we also have potato waffles, so they're like that fucking big.
Yeah.
Which are really good. And then we've got
But you don't have
something
any
called,
tater tots.
we've got something called turkey twizzlers as well. They were gotten rid of quite a few years ago by annoying twats who wanted kids to be healthy. Now they're back.
Good. Fuck them.
They're
kids.
made by like Bernard Matthews, so they're like turkey, which has been twisted. So basically they've got like turkey sausages. They've cut them in a way so they're like a spiral, and then they've been covered in like barbecue, like and everything along the lines, and they're so fucking good.
That does sound pretty good.
They're really good.
Yeah, they got home fries. They don't call them home fries, but yeah, they have home fries.
I'm going to need to go now and speak to my chef. Yeah, no worries.
I get it. He's got to go speak to his girlfriend about tater tots and where to get some.
Do the Brits. Do the Brits
Gotta
know
get some tater. Jake, you gotta get some fucking tater tots. They have them
I'll see what I
somewhere.
can do. See you later, Alice. Hope you're doing well.
Gotta do it. Gotta get some tater tots so you can experience how good a fucking tater tot is. And then if you want, I'll give you my recipe for tater tot hot dish, which is casserole, but people here call it a hot dish.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, because people in the Midwest are weird. And it's like cream of mushroom soup and green beans and like French fried onions and tater tots. And you throw all that shit into a fucking pan and throw it in the oven. Yeah. Tater tots go well with everything and they're fancy. They're the fancy potatoes.
I'm trying to remember like what else. Like, I can't stand hash browns. You know what a hash brown is?
Yeah. They're the best.
I've never been a fan of them. I don't know what it is.
Almost fighting words. You just gotta find a way that they're done right. Because some people like them kind of soggier. Some people like them like really crispy. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the taste of it just doesn't like. It doesn't taste like potato to me. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's just a blank canvas. You're supposed to put other shit on it.
I know that. It's just Anytime I've had them when someone's made them, or whatever, or had them from some place, just
I get it.
But I think
Hash browns are the shit. So you're not gonna win this.
it's my stream. I do what I like.
Fair.
Give me a minute. Oh, there we go. Trying to think what else that wise, food wise. I'll have to have a think. I'll
We've
have to have
never
a
had
think.
tater tots.
As far as I'm aware, no. I might have had them maybe once, but I just don't remember.
Because if you have all this other stuff, you definitely have tater tots somewhere. I just don't think they're called tater tots.
Yeah, they're probably called something completely different.
Potato nuggets or something like that. They got.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They're
They're
probably
good. You
something.
just throw them on a baking sheet, throw them in the oven. Fuck.
Mm.
And you dip them in whatever you want: barbecue sauce, ketchup, mustard, ranch, whatever you want.
Well, I know you won't be dipping them in ketchup.
I won't. I don't like ketchup. But other people do. So
Yeah.
other people do.
You got tortured with it as a child.
I did. I did eat a lot of boxed macaroni and cheese and ketchup, and I just can't anymore. So I just can't. But I better get moving too. I gotta get
Yeah, no worries, dude.
into
No,
normal clothes.
I
So I
appreciate
don't.
you coming on.
That's right. Happy to do it, sir. I gotta make pizza and get out of these. So I don't get flour all over my wool clothes.
Oh, fair.
I'm not a baker. I'm a mountain trooper, for Christ's sake. Damn it, Jim. I'm not a doctor.
No, I knew you were gonna say.
Oh God, that's a bit of a nerd stretch.
See you later, Lockbars. Hope you're doing well. Have a good night.
All right.
Right. See you later, dude.
See ya.
Right. We're going for a little bit longer. And hope everyone's doing well. If you've stayed on for this long, I appreciate you guys staying on. But no, it's been good. Any other questions? Obviously, trying to keep it World War One related today, Great War related. That should have been easy to say. Obviously, we've gone off a bit talking about food for a while, but you know that's how it is. But yeah, no, it's good. It's been good. Oh dear, my hair is a fucking shit state, honestly. Oh dear. But yeah, how is everyone tonight? And surprisingly, I've actually been fairly comfortable in wearing this. I've got the fan on and the window open, so it's actually been okay. We'll go on until it's about another 3 or so minutes or so, and then we'll end it there. But no, I appreciate everyone watching. It's been fun. It's been fun. Might not have been on topic completely the whole way through, as I said, but it's been good. It's been really, really good. Hope to do something similar to this. Again, in the future, get a few other people on. Hopefully, we can get at least 2, 3, maybe even 4 people on, all in kit and that. That'd be really, really cool to do. And then we can go through some other bits and that if anyone's got any other questions. But yeah, no, it's been fun. Really, really good. And but yeah. One of those days. It's Tuesday today, so it's just fairly chill. I'm not starting work until, well, my new job until the 6th of February, so which is good. So I'll get a nice bit of time off. But yeah, so I'm really happy. So again, thank you guys for watching. We'll end it now anyway, but thank you guys for watching. Really, really appreciate you guys. And if you join me for the next one, I'll see you later. Thanks, guys.